Hello.
Hello.
Here we are.
That was very extra. I'm sorry. Hi.
Is that
Hello.
extra? Isn't that just you? Oh, don't go like hi.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome
How
to our
are
stream.
you? Welcome to our street. Yeah, okay.
All right there, Glandale. You're gonna tell us how to breathe in the bag next.
Now I'm going to introduce you to my new book. My tummy, your hurts.
Woo! Alright.
Okay.
Oh god, stuff still works. Yeah. We'll just say that from here on we'll just start anywhere between 7:30 and 8:30, and
Yeah.
that means we're on time.
Yeah. Go
I
us.
ate real slow today. I'm
You
sorry.
did eat actually real slow, didn't you?
Oh.
To be fair, I cooked real late, so that was like a team effort. Because I was like, yeah, I should make dinner, and then I played Minecraft for an extra half hour.
Yeah, well.
To be fair, it was only time to stop Eggy. Yeah, we gotta stop
Yeah.
this man. And eat some chili dogs. Wrong game. Wrong franchise.
Oh god, wait, why the fuck am I? I don't remember where we are.
Oh,
Oh shit! Oh,
What
this
so,
is
like, we did not leave it like this.
Oh, we did.
Did we?
Who dare present evidence against Gregson or Graydon? We were trying to decide. We decided that leave it to the jury would definitely get us into trouble. So we were trying to decide if we should.
Okay, and in my defense, last Wednesday I was literally falling asleep at the end of stream.
Yeah. Well, I was on drugs. I'm no longer on drugs and I still feel terrible.
Okay, by
so I
drugs
don't-
she means antibiotics. Antibiotics, okay? Yeah.
Medical drugs.
Medical drugs.
Two
yeah.
in one antibiotics, so
Two
I
in-
found
yeah,
out. I was
the
like, wow, this stuff is really strong actually.
Yeah, the strong ones where they're all like, oh yeah, if you notice any of these side
Yeah.
effects, your liver may just be like consuming it. Yeah.
I had to actually contact my doctor.
Well, you were on
but-
Team Accused Gregson. Okay, well then. We had
Yeah,
no
we're gonna go. I
evidence for
think we
Eggy,
should
but
go
you
with
had
Gregson
evidence that
because
he was doing a shady deal. Yeah, you're right though. Actually,
yeah.
it's ringing a bell.
Oh, Singleton we've already had. Yeah, also because we were like, here we go. It would be second movement on the underside of the box. Yeah, we just decided like with the extra disc as well. That was the other thing that we deducted. the victims, of course.
etc.
Yeah, let's put this. Okay, we're gonna go and
I'm
just
genuinely surprised that we're not already playing Disc 2.
yeah. All right, let's go with Gregson. Well, the game didn't throw. Inspector Gregson, there's one final piece of evidence I would like you to see.
Hey, what's that in?
Go Gregson says that. What's that?
What you got?
If you refuse to acknowledge that you did in fact strike a deal with the witness here today, then you leave us no choice but to examine this piece of evidence.
Me?
Thoroughly.
On strikes are a criminal offence, young man. What? I mean, well, go on.
This is my last chance. It looks like I'm going to have to force his hand here. Oh god. One final piece of evidence to get this detective to admit to the deal he clearly struck with Graydon.
The Twitch silence you gun and doodles. Hello.
I'm sorry.
Were we gonna do the... Oh, Twitch refused your chat connection. No!
Wow.
Hi, hello, welcome. We don't have Disc 2, but you think it's gonna be the box. That makes kind of...
Yeah, I think that we have to basically
We'll
present
try
it.
it. Shall we?
present
Did you
it,
say?
yeah.
Take that!
Well, we
Oh
started
yeah, fair,
here.
we did.
Is that Mr. McGilda's peculiar music box cancel? Yes, with the disc already in place, ready to play. I think perhaps now would be a good time to listen to the sound produced by the music box again. Only this time, with the second disc we've just discovered set in place as well.
Yeehaw!
Goodness, does disc council? Yes, just disc.
No, wait! Oh, I can't let you do that!
Why not?
Because because it's got nothing to do with this case. That's why. Objection. He's got everything.
Yeah. Not true, Inspector.
Hey.
The defense has already proposed. that the sound heard by the court earlier from this music box were part of a Morse code message. Yeah.
Oh no, now stream's dead on your end?
Oh my god. What's going on?
Sorry, Ganondoodles, just when it's getting juicy too.
This fresh blood wound is troubling me so.
Yeah,
Why is it that horrible color, like old blood?
It does look a bit infected.
Yeah, like, sir, that is, Wait, do I need to wait for Gandoodles? Well, they're not missing anything.
Oh, they're not missing anything.
We know that Morse code compromises of 2 distinct tones for green
Prizes.
Thank you. The defense believes that the second disc contains the second tone needed to complete the message. Is lagging left and right? Oh no! Why? I wonder, because as far as I can tell, our upload speed should be fine.
It seems alright for us. Is it okay for everybody else?
No.
And by everybody else, I mean Dio. Is it okay for It's fine for you. Okay. That's so strange. No.
No.
Well, we'll...
Twitch, please. You're on 180p. Oh my god.
Wow.
Say 180. It's 1080. 180. Can you imagine?
Yes, I can.
That's the past. Okay. And now we have a chance to confirm that theory.
For crying out loud, Sunshine, we're talking about state secrets here.
Okay.
If you go letting the old courtroom hear confidential information like that, it's treason.
Then do you admit the charge that in order to protect those state secrets you engage in unlawful dealings with the witness?
You're mad! If you let that secret information out into the public domain, you'll be making an enemy of the entire British government, you idiot!
Objection.
Let's not forget, Inspector, that you, a Scotland Yard officer, leaked confidential case details to a witness.
Oh, I just drank tea, don't want to wet.
This is Gregson choking on a chip
Yeah.
in fear.
I'm dying, Sunshine! Carry on.
Oh my god, Ganondoodles, did you succeed?
Did it work?
What intake could you have to get? The Queen eats jeans for breakfast.
The Queen, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of the Queen, except the good Queen,
When's this
Undertale.
last? Oh.
Undertale chapter 3 and 4, eh?
Undertale, you mean Delta?
I mean Deltarune. Oh my god, I didn't.
Seriously?
I can't read. I mix up letters, so it's the same thing really. I said
True.
Deltarune all along.
You did. Ooh.
I'm just glad that Toby's taking his sweet, sweet time.
Oh, same.
Anyway,
I don't think I'm ready to read.
you can't do Queen.
No. What's his name? Oh my goodness.
Who?
Oh my god, what's his
Spamtroll?
name? No.
What's his name again? Oh my god, what's his name?
Come on. Everybody's favourite. His little guy. The guy with the voice.
Ralph?
Cardinal?
Which little guy?
The little guy.
Who's the little guy?
No, the little guy. Who I did the voice for? Her son. What's her son's name?
Oh, wait. Is he?
Do you love Queen? No, but I'm also not ready to read Birdley again.
Birdley. Birdley is the one who murdered you.
Badly, I had to do like this, and it was really quite painful, actually. Oh boy.
No, the other guy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, realistically choking on fries for the character. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's method acting now. I'm pulling out my drama A level. It wasn't drama, it was theatre studies.
Yeah.
Can you tell? Okay.
Well, that you continue to lie to the court.
I got an A.
And all because, by fair means or foul, you're determined to do your duty. Well, by fair means or foul, I'm prepared to do mine.
Don't you dare!
I will stop at nothing to protect my client. I don't care who I make an enemy of. Oh god, how many? I really should have started
We needed
counting.
it. Yeah, we have the counting tool and everything.
I don't have it.
Oh, do you not?
You do.
Oh, well, rubbish.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce that.
My lord, if you please, the court must hear the sounds made by that music box.
Come on, for sakes! For Pete's sake, stop him!
Objection.
What?
Oh, we got the leg. The Inspector, You should know my methods by now.
That is literally Funzig's right now, you're right.
Yeah. I'm a prosecutor. I'm no Scotland Yard puppet. Oh. In this courtroom, my duty is to the law. So let me propose a toast to uncovering the truth by fair means or foul.
Alright.
You got legged, Greggy.
Yeah.
Greggy got the leggy!
Oh. It's fun when it's to somebody else. Very well. The defence's stance here and that of the prosecution have been made very clear, I feel. Therefore, in accordance with the defense's request, the court will now listen as this music box is set in operation once more. Woohoo! This time with the second disc in place and both discs playing simultaneously.
I really like that quite dramatic flourish.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that looks... Yeah, that's blinging. Oh, listen to that.
It's unmistakable now. It's Morse code.
Alright, please tell me.
Alright, I admit it. Whatever you want, but for the love of God, shut that blooming box up!
Stop.
Zip it, mate!
Let me ask you again then, Inspector Gregson. Did you or did you not strike a deal with the witness next to you in the stand, Mr. Ashley Graydon? People complain that moving sprite lost character, but moving in 3D let them do so many flourishes. Like,
Yeah.
I will say I will fight people on saying that removing the sprite work lost character because their 3D animations are so fucking ham.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, it lost some character in some places, but it added character in other places, so
Yeah.
overall, the
Yeah.
sum total is potentially a net positive, I would say.
Like, I think rather than a couple of very, quite frankly, I mean, okay, I have...
The word lackluster does exist, by the way, and you may use it.
Thank you. I
welcome.
was going to say that I've only played the DS games.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what some of the other versions of the games look like. So I base all of my opinions on the DS releases of the games. But I'll go out and say that I don't like the redrawn sprites. I hate it when they redraw sprites rather than using the pixel ones for re-releases. I think that in fact loses more character than using this 3D.
Yeah.
Because I like the really small touches, like for example when he slams his hands on the counter
Desk.
desk.
I mean,
Yeah, like what was really cute, like at the very first case when he was still really insecure, he would slam his hand on the table and like look down all insecurely at his hands, like because he just did a.
Yeah, that's cute.
So it's small touches like that I think that are really nice.
I'm trying to think what actually it's called, because it's not a counter or
No.
a desk.
No, stand maybe. Oh my god, sorry, Ganon Doodles. No.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh. Yeah, the stand would still.
Yeah,
make
you're
sense.
like as the defense / witness, you take the stand.
Yeah.
But does the legal counsel take a stand?
I mean,
Yeah, it's a stand now. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, Ganon Doodles. Like you said, you this is like
the worst.
Yeah.
It's the very final.
stand or bar. Oh, that would make
Oh,
sense too, because
bar.
bar exam, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Well,
here
Table.
now. Specifically, says the judge, did you furnish the witness with confidential case details in exchange for this music box disc? Did you reveal the existence of the peephole in the pawnbroker storeroom door, Inspector?
peephole. I did. Stop! What are you doing, man? It's all exactly like the young Eastern lawyers said. When the trial resumed after the recess, and we were stood here in the stand together.
So that is still the stand, yeah. Like,
Yeah, well,
I mean, makes
I
sense.
mean, they're.
small,
I
but-
mean, they are.
Yeah.
They have taken the stand.
I
But
know.
theirs is definitely the stand.
Yeah.
But they've got like a little banister in front of them,
There you're right.
and we're at a table.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if there's a difference. Peephole is a funny word, though, right?
It is. I
Like-
mean,
Did I say that
No.
when my mum was a child? They had a budgerigar.
mhm.
And they named him Hans, and because he was a bird, like they put the peep in front, like P-E-E-P, because like he peeped, like, you know, peep peep peep. So they were just casually calling him Peep Hans. And it wasn't until my mum was at school one day and talking about her budgie Peep Hans that somebody was like, "Did you name your budgie Peep Hans?" And she was like, "Oh no." In UK courts, it's bar table. In the US courts, it's just table. Oh, that is boring. I was
That's- I
joking when I said table.
Seriously?
Oh,
Bar table. Yeah.
gross. Gross.
I mean, I guess in the US, like, bar table sounds like something you would have drinks on.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
Bah.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's when he approached me with the deal. Shut up, you imbecile. Imbecile.
I think it's
And then
imbecile,
he
right?
said something else that I wasn't. Psst, you there?
Oh, yeah.
You're the detective who turned up at the pawnbrokery the other day, aren't you? Who is this?
I think
I
it's
may have
Graydon.
something you're looking for. Who?
I think it's Graydon. Grayson.
Oh, Grayson. I may have something you're
Eggy.
looking for, Inspector, with me at this very moment. Yeah. So how about a trade? I suggest you accept. More information that may make certain individuals uncomfortable will soon become very public indeed. In the UK, we don't have separate tables. Why don't we not have separate tables? That way, when it's like the last day of term at court, you can't move the tables into like a little horseshoe and all play games. That's so dull! The game isn't completely accurate on that matter.
Wow.
But the fireworks, on the other hand, are 100%
Oh, yeah.
court accurate.
Yeah.
I couldn't let that information become public knowledge. Not under any circumstances. I don't know. Is that where turning tables comes from? I wonder. Maybe. That's good thinking. Last day of court, this judge would absolutely rearrange the table for games. Right! Imagine what you could do. Fanceeks is like both boots on the table. He's not sitting on a chair, he's just standing there with his ass in the air floating. Holding himself up by sheer willpower alone. Anyway. So, I accepted the man's proposal and told him the details about the case that should have put him in the clear. The peephole. I can't see a peep. Okay, I guess peephole is today's small box. The
Harry
peephole in the
Klein.
storeroom door and the bloodstains on the overcoat.
By giving false testimony, this witness intended to have the defendant wrongly accused of murder. Inspector, you knew that. Yet you still revealed those details to facilitate the witness's perjury.
Yeah, Inspector, that's not cool, bro.
No, legitimately,
Not cool.
bro.
I did. You could have got Ginny killed.
Yeah, you seem to hate Ginny, but dude,
Weird.
Iris is gonna hate you
I
now.
was gonna say, Iris is friends with Ginny, like...
Good luck, mate. You're gonna get like the worst writing ever now.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like
Yeah.
demoted.
No, right? They wouldn't want to be hymns. Oh, but then it turned out the peephole had only been made that night, after the incident took place. Yeah, imagine pissing off Iris. I could never. Scotland Yard wasn't aware of that, if I'm perfectly honest.
Well, Mr. Graydon, what do you have to say for yourself?
Ugh.
There's nothing and no one left for you to hide behind. You struck a deal with the inspector in order to escape conviction of a very serious crime. Namely, this. You are the third intruder who broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question. And you perpetrated the murder of the proprietor, Mr. Pop Windabank.
You.
Oh, his hair's come all undone.
No, right?
Whoa! Oh, whoa! Whoa!
Traitor!
Whoa!
Oh boy!
Pardon?
Can we not?
Whoa!
Just straight up murder the detective on the.
Whoa! Wait, what happened to his chip?
His chips just fell off. He dropped his chips.
Bailiff! Bailiff!
Does that mean he did?
Restrain that man! At once! I like how we just all watch.
We're just standing there going like, oh, well, I'm not. That's above my pay grade.
That's it then. It's all over.
Yeah, for Gregson.
Yeah.
Blimey! That was very uncomfortable. Also, actually, that stick must have been very strong.
Yeah.
Because a snapped stick like that,
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't be able to strangle somebody with it. You'd have been better off keeping it in one piece and just trying to do it flat. But okay.
But that's how we know that Gregson probably lived, because if that had been a straight stick, he would be dead. But this,
Well,
because
that's
it was
true.
broken.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I despised my life growing up. Those slums are vile places. I was cursed from birth, born into poverty, the son of a penniless artisan. My parents
Right.
did nothing but quarrel all day long. What little money they had was never spent on me.
okay.
Alright. Greedy. So I set about studying to better myself, to one day escape from that hellhole.
And you eventually became a communications officer. I admire your determination. But then you decided to try and sell government secrets? Why? Well, makes good money though, doesn't it?
Isn't it obvious? Because I wanted money. Even now, years later, the nightmares of my life in the slums wake me in the small hours.
I don't know, like, okay, so how bad does the government job pay? On account that, like, if you
Normally
have...
they're quite cushy.
Yeah, exactly. If it's comfortable, like, enough money-wise.
I guess he's greedy, you know?
Yeah.
One of those people who's never actually happy with what they have,
Yeah.
but striving for more. I wanted to drown them out with more money than anyone who lived in that squalor could ever imagine. There you go,
Yeah.
see? Greedy. And one day I met him. Money stops a lot of things, Ganondoodle. Allegedly, so I'm told. I've never had any. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Oh no. Oh, ticklies on. You're a fiend with a queer talent, so you are of money to throw your way if you're interested. All you need do is go along with me little plan now.
Huh.
I was to steal the minister's telegraphic message logs, and McGilded would buy them for a handsome sum. As I was responsible for inspections of the ministry's communications office, it was a simple enough task. The lure of the devil's offerings, how easy it is to succumb.
I know this is what awaits you.
Yeah.
But you must surely have realized the seriousness of the crime you were committing.
Like fire. Bus fire. There's fire in the court. Yeah, he still comes back to haunt me. Yeah, it's true. He's not dead enough. And for that reason, I took great lengths to ensure that my actions were untraceable.
Allegedly.
Yeah, well, you fucked up. By using the music box. My father was a brickmaker, though my mother divorced him when I was still a child.
Yes, Mr. Mason Milverton.
That's right. He was very skilled with his hands. He'd once been a music box maker's apprentice. I imagined his skills would be sufficient to create a machine that could generate Morse code. So I sought out my father again to employ his services.
I'm not gonna lie, he made a beautiful music
I mean,
box. That
damn
thing looks
right.
like splendid.
Yeah, that man. It's a criminal shame that he didn't make music boxes.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd seen him since I left the slums 10 years earlier.
Who?
Ooh, we've got this artwork again. Oh, look at you, Ashley. What a fine gent you've become, eh? He was a different man to the one in my memory. A thin, frail, old man. That poverty had never broken him, never corrupted him like it had me. I was sure that he wouldn't help me if I told him the real reason. So I made up a story. I've got some work for you, Father. I need some music box discs made. Music box discs. That doesn't sound like a phrase, but it is.
Yeah.
Music box discs, eh? A musician friend of mine has written some music he wants to sell to the public. I've brought the score with me. There are 2, actually. I'll be delighted, son. It's been 20 years since I did any work like this, though. Fetch me my tools, would ya? They're in the loft.
So you weren't really wrong last week. You said, yeah, only 2 notes and screw it, I'll make it one as hell. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how I had him make the 2 discs. Thereby splitting the information in 2. You were taking considerable precautions indeed. Precautions. I cannot speak. It was to protect myself as much as anything. It meant that I could deal with McGilded in 2 separate transactions.
I mean, yeah, I am sad for him, but also he did abandon his wife and child by the sound of things.
Yeah, he wasn't the greatest, but 20 years can change somebody.
Yeah,
and
quite.
people can
Oh yeah, absolutely.
repent.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like, I mean, he didn't need to die.
No, obviously. Yes,
But yeah.
so sad. I mean, you did just
Yeah.
butt him.
Yeah. Come on then.
I read it! 2 separate transactions, we did it!
Yeah.
Goodness, pay attention!
No.
The first involved the first of the 2 discs and the music box for playing them. Yes,
his wife
his
was-
wife left him, and he left his wife, and
yeah, never
she
mind
wanted money.
then.
Okay,
Okay, no, I feel bad
fair.
for him.
Yeah, there you go.
This case, yeah.
And was he drunk? I can't remember if he was a drunkard or not.
Uh.
No. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not a criminal offence. I exchanged them with McGilded for 10 guineas. Then, on receipt of the second disc, he would pay 1,000 guineas.
So, what happened on the omnibus 2 months ago? Omnibus mention. What was the second part of the deal? The exchange of the second disc?
Yes. I'd sold the man information that way a number of times already.
Yeah, no, that's the thing in this game. Like, everybody's just...
Yeah, everyone was a bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, he didn't deserve to die.
No.
But it seems he became reluctant to part with his money. Or he could have just paid. That was barely any money for him as well.
why
Isn't that
not?
what he basically offered to give us for representing him?
Pretty
1,000
much, yeah.
guineas.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like
It was
absolute
like pocket change
to
for him, yeah.
Huh. But it doesn't make quite sense, Mr. Graydon. For why was it on the omnibus? Sorry, for why was it that on the omnibus 2 months ago? Your father, Mr. Milverton, was the one dealing with Mr. McGilded and not yourself.
When I received the 1,000 guineas after my first completed dealings with McGilded, I decided to give 200 to my father for his troubles.
Okay.
But my father realized something was amiss.
Oh.
In time, he worked out that I must be involved in something dubious. And when he did, he said to me, "Next time there's an exchange, you'll let your old man do it, understand?
Ugh.
Otherwise I won't take your money anymore." Yeah, I know, I love this stylized art so much. It's just like, chef kiss. Like, I liked it when they did it in the last one as well. That was my father's way of dealing with it, I suppose. Climb into the omnibus, hand over the second disc, and take the money from McGilded. That's it. He had no idea what was actually on the discs I'd asked him to make. He never knew. Just like I'll never know why everything went so horribly wrong that night. All I know is that the disc was taken from him, and he never returned home. Hang on, if everyone involved is dead, and he doesn't know, are we going to know? What if we never know?
Well.
Are you still cared about his son, which is the sad part.
Yeah.
It was only then that I found out what sort of a monster McGilded really was. So after 10 years of not once uttering it, I swore on my father's name. Oh boy. And that with an arm like that, isn't it? To exact revenge.
Revenge? Oh, he's good.
As anyone with even the remotest knowledge of the man will no doubt be able to imagine. McGilded brought all his wealth and influence to bear in the most despicable of ways.
Yeah, also, we should acknowledge the fact that he just actually finished a glass.
Does
That
seem
one did
like,
not get yeeted.
Yeah,
He drank
it
it.
seems like yeeting the glass and or the bottle is in fact a stress response. And, you know, this man needs a nice warm bath.
It's okay.
Maybe
like,
a massage.
When your friend Zeeks is starting to throw bottles, that is not funny. That is actually a great sign of distress.
Yeah. Like a tiger pacing in its cage. It is.
Oh no! Wait, no!
Take it back. Oh boy, there we go. Oh, there it goes. To crush any semblance of justice in his trial. Endangering the public. Yeah. The crime scene was tampered with, evidence was fixed, and witnesses were bribed and threatened.
Well, yeah.
Witnesses were also threatened, but okay. That trial 2 months ago was a farce from start to finish.
My feet had barely touched British soil back then, and I walked into that hornet's... What?
I said he should have got back on the boat.
Oh yeah,
Don't stay here.
no. Instead of the hornet's nest. Anyway, completely unaware of the sinister background to it all.
Asian hornet's nest.
Oh my...
I'd made plenty of money out of my dealings with McGilded by then, and so I spared nothing in my arrangements 2 months ago. I knew exactly who to hire.
And somehow you still ended up with these idiotic guys later on. Oh wow, he mended his...
They were his friends, don't forget.
I
these
mean,
guys,
yeah, I
so-
know. But also, he just mended his stick.
He did mend his stick. Maybe it's the second one. Maybe that's where his money goes.
Mm.
Sticks. If you're willing to pay the price, there are people in this city willing to do anything you ask. McGilded himself had shown me that.
Are you saying that...
I think you have the picture now. After he twisted everything to his favour in this courtroom to ensure that he walked
God.
free,
Oh!
you killed Omnibus! I took matters into my own hands and delivered the justice that monster deserved.
Oh my god! We found the omnibus killer!
She will be avenged. That tragic accident following the trial here 2 months ago was planned and executed by yours truly.
I mean, that's kind of a beautiful way when it comes to revenge.
Yeah.
That was him. Yeah. McGilded's death that day was caused by this man.
Oh, can't believe we finally... Everything's ready, sir, if you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. Hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
Lol.
Yeah, what did the omnibus do to deserve this?
That's well. So that policeman who came to tell McGilded that he could examine the omnibus again.
That's right, an imposter hired by me. McGilded used his wealth to manipulate the trial. He paid people to adulterate the omnibus with all manner of false evidence. Oh, that poor abused omnibus. He threatened witnesses to lie in their testimony. So I gave the man a taste of his own medicine. Once the omnibus was doused... doused has a U in it, not a W.
Does it? American spelling is like
That's
this.
doused.
Right?
As in dowsing for water.
Ah.
I don't I mean, I could
Well, this is poverty glitch.
I could be wrong, but I don't believe that is the correct usage of
Dowsing
that
rod,
particular...
of course, is spelled like this, right?
Yeah, dowsing rod is...
Yeah.
But douse, as in to pour on liberally, is douse with a U.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, once the omnibus was doused in paraffin, maybe it's...
The ominous thing, they just suck paraffin out of the ground.
One of my sham policemen ushered McGilded inside and sent him on a one-way journey to hell. It might be an archaic or slightly different version of it, but I've never seen it used in that context. An eye for an eye. That's how I avenged my father's death.
Spike-chilling account indeed.
But that wasn't the end of it for me. There was a loose end, you see.
A loose end? Yeah.
Yes, I should think it's obvious. The second disc, which my father had taken to exchange with McGilded.
Ah, yes. There was indeed no mention of it. Of its...
No mention of it.
Thank you. Mention of it in the man... Yeah, thank you. In the man's trial 2 months ago. I can't read today. Clearly because it had been removed from the scene of the crime.
When I realised it was missing, I remembered something. Yeah, douse is down as an alternate form of douse. Well, there you go. I have learned. I've never seen it used that way. I hate it. Something from the first time I'd dealt with McGilded.
Ah.
This is the first of the 2 discs and the music box you need to play them. Well, look at that now. What an ingenious little invention. So then, as promised, 10 guineas for you, young man. What's this? Windybank's pawnbroker, eh? Aye, it is a pawnbroker's ticket, so it is. You can use it to redeem an article I've deposited there for you. There's no need to give a name, just hand over the ticket and tell the fiend the watchword. I've put a jewel in pawn for you. It'll fetch a good 10 guineas if you sell it, so it will. I've never heard of a pawnbroker been used in quite that way before. Have you not, Mr. Graydon? London's pawnbrokeries are very useful places, you know. Each one is like an extremely secure vault. Apparently it's Southern English, which, okay, yeah, well, I should know it then, shouldn't I? On account of the fact that I'm Savin! I can't pronounce that. Unless you want me to just make popping noises every time I dot, you know, like... Because I can, but it'll take me a while.
I will kill you.
Okay. So I knew that if he'd taken steps to hide the disc, it would be in that pawnbrokery. Somewhere. And that on the night he killed my father, he must have entrusted the ticket to someone.
Yes, to Gina. I remember now that when we first met you at Windybanks the afternoon 2 days ago, you had a description of Miss Lestrade written down. How did you know who you were looking for?
From the trial. That pickpocket's testimony was clearly peculiar. Anyone could see that. I realised immediately that she was another of McGilded's pawns, that he must have threatened her somehow.
And yet you would basically let her
yeah,
take
you would
the
also
fall.
yeah.
That's really quite shitty.
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry. Yeah.
I was fairly convinced it would be her who had the ticket. I guess maybe it's possible that he blamed her for helping him get away with, even though he knew that she probably came from similar situation to what he did.
Yeah.
You know, he's an asshole. Come on. So I started to make some inquiries. I had a strong suspicion the girl would come out of the woodwork on the redemption deadline.
And he was absolutely right.
And yes, sure enough, she did. All I needed to do was wait until the girl went to Windybanks to redeem the articles. But unfortunately, she redeemed only McGilded's overcoat, and the one disc that was in its pocket. The all-important music box with the second disc inside was missing. Because it had already been forfeited 2 days earlier. But I was unaware of that fact. Had I not been, I could have avoided my nighttime excursion. Meanwhile, as our investigation into the stolen government secrets was progressing, we'd picked up on the fact that McGilded was involved.
Inspector, you've recovered fast.
My orders were to recover the stolen information as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but I see no chippies. Have his chippies recovered?
No, his chips are dead. They're dead. They are dead, Dave. So we started gathering the fella's possessions and examining whatever we could lay our hands on. We had a full-scale investigation going on at the yard, but we had to keep it as quiet as we could. Then, when the inspector here took the disc from me in the pawnbrokery that day, I became nervous. He said become, but okay. I was sure the music box and the second disc was still there in the shop, somewhere. So I knew that it was a race against time, and I had to find those articles before the police did.
So that's what prompted you to break into the place that same night. With the help of your old friends, the Skulkin brothers. We'll end you.
What happened that night in the pawnbrokery? I can only describe as a nightmare. While Nash and Ringo were searching the counter, I'd located the music box I'd sold to McGilded on the shelves of forfeited articles. And the second disc was inside. Yes. I slipped it into my pocket with a very deep sigh of relief. But then, something entirely unexpected happened. What are you doing in my shop? Bang! A gunshot ran out in the shop and I felt a sharp pain in my left arm. The broker fired his gun and the bullet pierced your limb.
In case you didn't realise, once he's explaining it to you.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But unfortunately, I decided to bring my own gun with me that night, just in case. Bang. Before I knew what was happening, I'd fired back. The man had already turned to flee. I hadn't intended to fire in his direction, much less kill him. But unfortunately for both of us, the bullet hit home. It struck him in the middle of his back as he fled through the storeroom door for refuge.
A sorry, sorry tale.
It all took place in the blink of an eye. I don't imagine Nash and Ringo even realised what had happened at first. I was terrified, so I fled. And that's the whole story. That's everything that happened at Winterbanks on that wretched night.
Stop it. Stop. I like how these are quiet dots.
So many dots.
Everybody's just speechless.
Everyone's just like, oh, yes, what do we do about this?
Could the jury change their verdict to not guilty,
No,
please?
right? What? Earlier, you called McGilded a monster. A man who used his wealth and influence to distort the facts and escape justice for the crime of murder. What tragic irony. This is why you said it'd be a good stopping point last night. You know, we've had like 30 minutes of dialogue. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's true, you were right, but also there was a moment of horror where I was like, I have absolutely no memory of this place. What you have done is exactly the same. Yashara says a chair, but it sure looked like she was holding herself up with her arms straight up floating just now. She probably is. She's probably just been doing little press-ups on the bench the whole time. I mean, sorry, the bar table.
Mm-hmm.
You've become the very monster you saw and despised so deeply in McGilded. Yes, I think I have. Oh, don't look so dramatic, you little
You can still do pirouettes. So.
Yes.
Wait, those two jesters never came back. What?
No, right?
Is there like a hidden thing in that where you can just encounter them? I wonder if you investigate certain parts in the case. Anyway, sorry.
It's possible.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird, right?
Well, this has been a long and exhausting trial. Yeah, you're telling us. However, it would seem that at last we have arrived at the truth. Inspector Gregson, what of Mr. Ashley Graydon?
He's been restrained, my lord, and is being escorted to the yard. Even before they were set up for the next game, I was wondering about that. He'll be charged with the murder of Mr. Windybank and the stealing of government secrets. Oh yes, murder and treason.
Anyway, very good. And you, Inspector? Regrettably, you will have to face charges yourself.
Yes, my lord, of course. It transpires that you were complicit in helping a criminal escape justice.
Let's be fucking honest here.
To be
The
fair,
Crown
once
wouldn't
it's-
have given a fucking shit if this was a...
No, wouldn't have cared.
No, like, absolutely would not give a shit as long as the government secrets are safe.
Yeah.
Like-
oh yeah, 2 murder and treason. Yes.
Ah.
Was that murder or was that just toast making? Mostly I'm just upset that he murdered the boss.
Yeah.
That fact remains, whether or not you were doing so in the line of duty. The crime is a serious one, Inspector, and inexcusable.
Yeah, the court wouldn't give a shit.
No, wouldn't they?
Very sad, very bad. Anyway, so off you pull. Okay. Now to the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Yeah?
It is time for the final adjudication. Is the jury ready, Mr. Foreman?
Yes, sir. Gary Deb Squadron standing by, sir. This is really it now. The last push, the final call, the finishing whistle. My men are ready to deliver their verdicts.
Thank you, Mr. Foreman. Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You don't have to voice this time. You will now declare your final decision to the court.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
I was really expecting the cat and the mouse to be a thing.
Yeah,
but
no, right? Well, the cat
just-
was kind of a thing.
Yeah, but the mouse
On
is
account of
just
the fact that Iris made holes in the panelling at the Old Bailey. That's the stuff. I'm off the hook.
Finally, Bruno, you finally managed to do it.
Finally is the word. I really wasn't sure if we'd come out on top for a while there.
Susie was right. You're the best lawyer in the world.
Well, Mr. Strutt, I am not finished with you yet. Oh, yeah,
Eh?
God.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Well, before you start enjoying your freedom, there are certain other crimes to consider.
Eh?
2 months ago, in my courtroom, no less, you gave false testimony, did you not? And in relation to the trial today, not only did you unlawfully enter Windybank's pawnbrokery, you also attempted to abscond with Mr. McGilder's property, it seems.
Eh? I've never done nothing of the sort.
Of course not. It's not like you were gleefully wearing McGilder's coat in your cell yesterday or anything.
Oh, and just when I was getting excited about throwing a party for Ginny this evening.
And turning our attention to the defense, determining that when played together, the music box disc contained a message in Morse code was, well, it was certainly a most unexpected revelation, counsel. Oh, well, you've got new glass.
Quite so, my lord. The prosecution was caught entirely off guard.
Wowee!
Wow.
That's a compliment and a half, eh?
Man's impressed.
I mean, yeah, he.
what are you
she
going to do?
was-
Throw your wine glass at us next to show us appreciation?
Yeah, she was threatened.
Yeah,
so I
exactly.
imagine reduced like sentence, but they have to like. But you can't just slap it on here, Judge. You can't. Just...
No, quite. In fact, I think we should applaud my learned friend's courage here today. I propose a toast.
Hey, my Gert van Zieks has recognized us.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh. Demanding that government secrets be disseminated before the entire court.
For 6, please! True neutral here. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
A compliment up. No. No.
Ah! Very sorry about that. It was the only way I could get Inspector Gregson to admit that he'd done so. If I may
say something on that point.
Isn't that...
Oh, if I may say something on that point, it's about the sounds produced by the music box before. I do wonder if that was really Morse code at all.
What? What are you saying, madam?
Oh, well, it's just that I'm really rather fanatical when it comes to Morse code, you see? So much so that the whole world seems to be covered in dots and dashes to me. In fact...
Goodness, madam. An unhealthy level of obsession, one feels. Well, Judge, stay in your fucking lane. Some
quite.
people just have passions.
Yeah, fine.
But I must say that, in my opinion, the sounds produced by those 2 discs were nothing more than that. A meaningless series. Series,
Series.
surely.
Eh.
Of 2 different tones.
Yeah, well, it could be encoded still. Fucking hell. He was
Well,
careful.
Mm.
What? Can that really be? It wasn't Morse code after all? See that there we go. That little nervous.
Yeah, that's really cute.
My lord! The defense would like to listen to the music box again.
Are you off your nut? How many times do I have to tell you? Those discs contain ministerial secrets, sunshine!
This courtroom is not an appropriate forum to discuss the nature of government communications. We know McGilded conspired to trade national secrets with our enemies, secrets acquired from Mr. Graydon. Now that the man has admitted to his crimes, we have no need to pursue the matter further.
I was going to find something out about the hat maker after this.
I hope so. I really
hat
hope
maker?
so.
Why do you call him a hat maker?
I
He's
mean,
not a hat
no,
maker.
he was the Mason.
He's the
Because
Mason,
the other guy-
thrice-fired Mason, yeah.
Price-fired Masonic.
Oh, but this is really going to bother me.
Iris is definitely thinking about something. This is the second set of dots she's done
Uh-huh.
without saying anything at all.
Miss Lestrade,
Yeah, me lord?
that which you have seen today here in this courtroom has been extremely disturbing.
Falsified evidence, intimidation, perjury, a grim catalogue of depravity.
An appalling experience to befall any child.
Come on, ain't nothing I don't see most days in the back slums.
I beg your pardon?
And if you're weak, you pay for it. That's just how life goes.
Tina.
But look, I reckon I've worked something out today. The world ain't fair, but if you wanted to change, you've got to start at home.
You've got to change how you are yourself.
Well, that's a very laudable lesson, I would say. I eagerly look forward to the born-again Miss Lestrade never gracing my courtroom with her presence again. Now, with regards to the murder of Mr. Pop Winterbank, proprietor of a pawnbrokery business on Baker Street, I hereby declare the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, not guilty.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Fireworks! Confetti!
There we go.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, I always love a please never let me see you again, please!
Oh,
I always love it.
oh my God.
Okay, and we're shooting the ceiling. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Yay!
oh, yay! Wow, did she
didn't
stuff
shoot
the
it
one
at-
saved up?
She didn't shoot it at us for a change.
Yippee!
Yippee.
That is all. Court is adjourned.
There's still extra plot because the fuck is Susato gone?
Yeah.
It's not home, surely.
No. Oh, we're alone with Physique. Oh,
Oh,
no.
boy.
Oh
Uh-oh.
boy, it's just us and Physique.
Oh,
Oh, he's
jeez.
there. He's still going.
His sword hilt always confuses me when I see it through his glass
He
like
also
that.
got his
It's-
coat back on.
He does, doesn't he? He's all wrapped up, ready
Yeah.
to go outside, isn't he?
Yeah.
On a personal note, I must say you've surprised me, my Far Eastern friend.
Oh.
Far Eastern
Ah,
friend now.
Yeah.
Eh?
Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. Oh.
Despite despite being a Nipponese, you saw through the pretense to the malice that festered within that Englishman. And at the same time, saw through the grime to the surprising heart of your English client. You have a curious talent for judging character, especially considering our very different cultures. And promptly your chat disconnected when the fireworks started. Oh, no. Alone with fanfics and he's drinking? Yeah, no, that's how fanfic starts.
I don't think there's anything curious about it. Whether we're from the Empire of Great Britain or Empire of Japan, we're all human beings. We're not so very different on the inside. Long stare.
You know, I took this case for one very simple reason.
We can actually wield that sword.
Yeah, right. To lock swords with you once again here in the courtroom. Woo-hoo-hoo! I don't know what that was.
Not in the old... You did?
Not before the eyes of the great British justice system. When I encountered you for the first time 2 months ago, it reminded me of toasting friendship and trust with another Nipponese, only to find my trust betrayed.
Oh my god, we get a backstory, yeah? Uh-huh.
Through you, I hope to look into the eyes of the man I once knew and try to understand.
You mentioned something similar earlier today about total betrayal at the hands of the Japanese. What happened exactly?
Well, you may ask.
Attempt not to answer.
And one day, when the time comes, you will learn the answer, whether you like it or not.
To be continued? What? Alright, then I'll wait for that day, if I must. If the game had left me like this, I would have been fucking furious. I'd better find out about it in the second game.
Coming to be known as the Reaper of the Bailey and my retirement from service 5 years ago gives me cause to wonder if our meeting has some deeper purpose. Okay. You couldn't just be normal for 5 minutes, could you, Van Zeeks? So farewell, my learned Nipponese fellow, until we meet again. You didn't need to do that. You really didn't. That was just vandalism.
Two days after my birthday. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber.
Chamber for the aunties.
It's done! It's over at last. But... strange courting rituals to purchase in here
Right?
too!
Yeah.
Where's-
You know, if I break a glass at you, you're in trouble, baby.
Where's Iris disappeared to? Ah! Congratulations, Gina! I knew it all along. I knew that you were innocent.
Well, you did what you said, Mr. Naruto. You believed in me right up to the end. You're as odd as your name.
I thought about it. I told you I had faith in you, didn't I?
No one ever has before, see? Kept a promise, I mean, properly.
That's awful.
I figured something out today. All my life, growing up in the slums, I've never trusted no one. But that's just because I've been scared of being stabbed in the back. I mean, the more you trust someone, the more it hurts when they let you down.
Yes, I think I can understand that. After all, I had a taste of it in that trial 2 months ago. I chose to trust someone and paid for it. And that betrayal left a big scar. You know though, Gina, I worked something out quite recently too. Trusting in someone else is really an exercise in learning to trust yourself. And when your gut tells you it's the right thing to do, and your trust is rewarded, there's no better feeling in the world. I think I have I think I have you to thank for reminding me of that valuable lesson.
Oh,
Oh, well, if you say so. Don't make a fat lot of sense to me, though.
I'm trying to say that putting my faith in you, Gina, has been a real pleasure.
Oh, for crying out loud, pack it in.
But I suppose I sort of feel the same way. I mean, sometimes trusting someone else is, you know, alright.
Thanks.
This is the way I see it, Rinosuke. My hair tentacles, they are feeling the wind. What can you taste with your hair tentacles?
The trust indicators, clearly.
Oh yeah, we don't have that skill.
No.
A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
We also don't know what the fuck Lockhart is up to.
No, exactly. Strong heart.
Strong hard. I don't know, I was thinking gears and then I thought about locks. After this experience, I'm starting to feel like I understand what you mean. Kazuma, am I living up to your expectations? Am I turning out to be the lawyer you believed I could be?
Imagine a muffled licking noise now. Can you imagine? He's just standing next to you and they just start licking your face. Tasty. Pardon the interruption? Pardon? Pardon me. But what the deuce does a man have to do to be noticed around here, my dear fellow?
Ah! That voice!
It's too late for that voice now, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah.
I've been standing here patiently in the corner of the room for an eternity. I'm assuming it's Sholmes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
Yeah.
who else is it?
Yeah, that's his shows.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just
like, look at him.
I'm like, okay. Ah ha ha! Yes, it was me all along, I would have said, when you finally noticed me. But you people, with your incessant babbling. Oh, Mr. Sholmes! Ah ha ha! Yes, it was me all along, you see?
It's kind of like dealing with you.
Wow.
No, it's true though. You'll also do something like this and you never even noticed me.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Miles.
I got the coat, I stood here, and you talked, and then you left, and I was standing there, and I had a speech prepared. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Really, what is it with the British gays? Can't flirt normally, can they? No. As a British gay, I agree. Can't flirt normally. Not that I've done it in years. Yeah. Yeah, you too, Dio? Yeah.
I'd assumed you'd been taken back to the hospital, to be honest.
Indeed I was, but I managed to escape again.
Okay, is he back on the coffee?
It sounds like it, yeah.
Okay, who let this man have coffee?
I too consume copious amounts of coffee.
Oh.
I happen to be aware of one or two foibles of the doctor who was tending to me.
Oh,
he gave
Iris?
him some coffee.
Iris, please come collect your crazy man.
I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily issued me with a leave of absence.
How very important.
But enough of my adventures. That was a fine victory, Mr. Naruhodo. Your tireless efforts justly rewarded, I feel. He has his belt with dangerous chemicals back. Yeah, I assume he has multiple of them. Probably. Congratulations are in order. As a close friend, I tip my hat at you.
Oh, thank you.
Some great detective you are. Great at being cold as ice, maybe. Have I irked you in some way, Miss Lestrade? While you've been having a snooze in your nice soft bed, some of us have been fighting for our lives. Oh, well, that bullet did cause me to lose a substantial amount of blood, it's true. So I have indeed been feeling somewhat cold. Not perhaps as cold as ice, but, well, have a feel!
Jesus Christ. What? Is this is the other kind of British courting. We're seeing two on display here. Could you take your hands off my neck, please, Mr. Sholmes?
Feel my lack of blood! Yeah. See? Blood just doesn't get there anymore! Shake it! That's enough of that. There are children present. That's disgusting, Sholmes. And in some way, I suppose, congratulations are in order for you too, Miss Lestrade. Manseeks is getting jealous. What's that supposed to mean? Why so half-hearted? Well, naturally, it isn't my intention to alarm you, but an acquittal in a trial with that particular prosecutor is perhaps a little precarious.
Well done, Mr. Sholmes. Not alarming in the slightest.
Oh, the Reaper, you mean?
He's fine with it though, because she's
Yeah.
actually innocent.
Yeah,
Like this
exactly.
is
She didn't do it.
no,
For
seriously,
a change.
however, like you know.
You better be fine with it. I mean, the last one didn't die yet either, as far as we know.
Yeah, he's
He escaped the country, but still.
Like, we don't know if he arrived. Like,
To
as
be
far as
fair,
we know.
it's not like Manseeks killed the last guy, though, is it? That was the guy who actually. I mean, he did. Anyway. Oh, the Reaper, you mean? Because anyone who's found not guilty in a trial he was working on winds up dead anyway. Is that it? The very point I was trying to make. And as exemplified by the fate of Mr. McGilded, in fact.
But that wasn't even the Reaper. That was just Eggy.
Exactly, that's what I just said.
Yeah,
Eggy
like,
did that. Ha! But of course, I pay no attention to such irrational drivel myself.
Sholmes, please shut your Sholmesy mouth.
Yeah, well, it don't bother me. Oh, really? Of course not. The way I see it, the Reaper's a bit like him upstairs.
Him upstairs? You mean like God?
Oh yeah, him upstairs knows what's what, right? He knows what people are like on the inside. He won't have got the wrong end of the stick. There are some coves, like that bog trotter, what are rotten to the core. At the end of the day, him upstairs makes sure they get what they deserve.
I suppose there's one way of looking at it. Divine justice is one thing, though. The Reaper taking matters into his own hands and claiming lives is another.
Well, I ain't like the McGildeds of this world, so I ain't scared. I got principles, see?
Sholmes did not smoke indoors.
Yeah, right. A trait in you which is to be admired, Miss Lestrade. It's a bubble gun, you see, so he's like, a bubble pipe, so he's just blowing bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
Oi! Just give a rest, alright? As I was saying, congratulations are in order. The news of your acquittal was very welcome news to me indeed. Let me express my heartfelt congratulations, Gina. Well, There you are, Hurley! How long have you been here? Honestly, I went to the main entrance especially to meet you there. Oh, Iris, my dear, I do apologise. But wait until I tell you what happened. This pair made utter fools of themselves. What happened? As you know, I have a penchant for disguise. I was hiding in this room dressed as a bailiff. But these dolts didn't notice my presence at all. I had no idea. Can you imagine, Iris? Would you credit it? I'm not sure, really. I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, Hurley, but you just don't have the weighty presence you seem to think you have. In fact, you really ought to be careful about that. It's going to land you in trouble one day. Ooh, foreshadowing. I'll be careful.
Anyway, it's such a shame. I was so hoping to throw a party for Ginny tonight. But you won't be able to come, will you?
I don't look like I'm going to be going nowhere for a while. You heard the judge's patter. I got stuff to make amends for, apparently. All them offences. What was it again? Breaking and entering, taking the bog trotter's stuff, what was in lug, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think you'll find that basically being a pickpocket is the main offence.
Oh, but diving isn't an offence. It's a job, innit?
I don't think so.
Still, it has got me thinking, all this. Well, maybe I should start looking for another line of work. I mean, you didn't start off as a lawyer, did you, Odo?
Well, no, but I was never a pickpocket.
Well, anyway, I reckon I could make a change. I'm going to do something for all them lot like me from the slums. Something that makes a difference for 'em.
It's a wonderful idea, Ginny, and I'm sure you can do it. What is it?
No, nothing? Miss Gina Lestrade? Miss Gina Lestrade, the prison carriage has arrived, ma'am. Come with me to the rear gate at once.
I'm afraid of any carriages now.
No,
Like,
right? Don't get in the carriage.
No, don't. Maybe just ask them to walk you back.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's probably safer. Right. Well, looks like I'm off then.
Yes. Goodbye, Gina, and good luck.
Odo?
Yeah? Ah! What was that for?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say. So, indeed. Perhaps the situation calls for a phrase hitherto missing from your vocabulary, Miss Lestrade.
I?
On occasions such as this, I would recommend a simple thank you.
Oh. Oh, yes. It's good advice, Ginny.
But right, I see. Well,
Thanks, Odo. Thank you for everything what you've done. For believing in me.
Not at all. In fact, that should be my line. Thank you, Gina. Well, there she goes. I wonder if I'll ever see her again.
well, quite the indomitable pickpurse.
Oh, I nearly forgot. I bought a paper outside. It's a special edition, and this trial is all over the front page.
What?
Presses used to operate a lot faster than they do these days.
I mean, yeah, but this
But
is
still,
really
yeah.
fast. Like, bruh.
Yeah. Well, suspend your disbelief.
Pickpocket's innocence proven. Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, journalists would have been in the court. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a good point.
but-
Like the moment.
I mean,
that
to be
basically-
fair, What's-Her-Face has been, like, telegramming the entire trial.
It is true.
Freaking live journaling that thing.
You should have shown it to Gina, Iris. She would have been thrilled.
Oh no, how silly of me. But anyway, would you like the good news or the bad news?
Oh, not again.
Well, what do you say, Bruno? Hurley?
As usual, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first.
Absolutely not. I have no intention of listening to anything but good news.
And there you have it. How people answer that question says a lot about them, doesn't it?
Let's not go there.
All right then. Maybe let's start with the good news this time. The rain has finally stopped. It was a record level of rainfall, apparently.
Well, that is good news indeed. We can journey back in greater comfort.
Right then. What's the bad news?
The huge storm has left the seas very choppy.
Uh-oh.
The channel, in particular, is awful. So sailings out of Dover have been delayed by a day or more.
Uh-huh. Wait. Dover?
That's right. If we head to the station immediately, we may still make it in time to wave Susie off.
But there won't be a train, surely. We couldn't be that lucky.
Who do you think I am, Mr. Naruhodo?
Mr. Shopes?
I rushed to Victoria Station earlier and made arrangements for a special express. My God. If we hurry now, we shall be there in time for dinner. Chad died again. No. And I know a fine restaurant that serves the most delicious baked sole.
The great detective does it again.
Indeed he does. I happen to be aware of a number of the rail transport director's foibles.
What?
I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily laid on the locomotive. He happily laid on the locomotive.
Elementary.
He arranged a train! Elementary! He happily laid on the locomotive. There we go.
Huh, just an idea, but it might be wise to stop manipulating people that way.
What are we waiting for then? To London Victoria!
So you could also read that he made his foibles known, and he just had a nap on the train.
Yeah. 18th of April, 5:32 a.m. Port of Dover.
Quayside.
I hate the way Quayside is still written. I hate it. I hate the way Quay is written. I will always have a fit over it. I'm sorry. Because so many English people still pronounce it as Quay, regardless. And I'm like, how am I, a foreigner, supposed to see that? I think, yes, that's Quay. Anyway.
That took somewhat longer than I had anticipated.
Wow.
Susie's boat must be about to leave now.
Thank you for joining me on the Quay train.
I used to think that Quay was actually a nicer sounding way of saying it, like when I was younger.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, sorry, Gandoodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Quayside, like, yeah.
That's in quiche.
K-E-Y.
In my brain. I always just see quiche.
Yeah, quiche. I mean,
I know
truly
it's
fair.
key, essentially, as in key. Like,
Well, yeah, but
Turny
quiche,
boy.
quiche is also pronounced the same
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but key.
Society of English, yeah.
Mm.
English is fun. Fun language.
Yeah, the pronunciation is sometimes very...
It's like we took this word, but we didn't want to rewrite it. So...
Well, I mean, we took this word, but it's evolved over time, and the spelling is archaic, and
yeah,
we don't want to make life easy for people. It's how we've always done it, gosh darn it!
Oh yeah, Susie's about to leave now, sorry.
Yeah, I did say that.
I know.
already.
Mrs. Otto, where are you? Oh, is she just... Over there! Look! It's like she's reading something. Is that her little booklet, though?
And into the sea!
But she
Oh
just-
my god, I was joking!
Mrs. Otto, wait! What are you doing? Also, I don't know. The perspective on this Elle makes me feel very uncomfortable. She seems too big.
Yeah, it's also, like, it's a really tiny little pier, that.
Yeah.
Itty bitty. Like a tiny bitty little pedestrian pier.
It just
I was
makes me...
joking, though. Please don't throw the book in the ocean.
Also, it's grown in size.
Mr. Naruhodo? What are you doing here?
We came as soon as we could after the trial. I mean, we heard that sailings were being delayed due to the bad weather, you see. It looks beautiful right now.
It does look gorgeous,
doesn't
yeah.
help, like, right? Like, it's like, oh, they're really stormy. Beautiful
Well, I mean,
glitter.
maybe it just calmed down. That
Oh,
does
yeah,
happen.
I know.
Oh, I see. Then tell me, how did Gina's trial go?
It went well. She was acquitted.
You
Oh,
learn
God.
things about key you hate more. Uh-oh. The current spelling replaced the spelling key in the 1690s to emulate the spelling, but, at least originally, not the pronunciation of the equivalent modern French key. Oh, 1690s. 60s, 16s? That's... That's horrid.
I hate this word so
Yeah,
much.
okay, yeah. We didn't even, like, it used to just be key, and then they were just like, actually, we'd like it to be a little fancier. Fuck. Okay, now that every single person in the entire room/chat, now we're all angry, let's carry on, shall we?
Educational.
That's wonderful. Really wonderful news.
Since when do the English like anything from the French? We like it best when we're stealing. Or when we think it sounds fancy. Of course, don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
How often we like to say chez moi when we mean my house.
That book you were about to throw into the sea. It was your encyclopedia of British law, wasn't it?
Oh dear. I was hoping you hadn't seen that.
No escape.
I'm not worthy of practicing law in any way now. So, I was saying my final farewell.
By polluting the sea.
Yeah.
You were saying goodbye to law. You, Sato-san.
Would I be correct in assuming it's because of the peephole, Miss Susato? Peephole.
I mean, it's extra difficult for me because, when it comes to, I don't know if this is also the case in English, but in Dutch, peephole is very much the same root word as the glorious version of that word.
Oh, really?
I just can't look at this. I'm like, please don't.
It may or may not be also in English. I don't know it.
They're like, please can we stop talking about this?
Peephole's gonna haunt you, Ganadoodles. Haunting peephole. Ah. The peephole.
I deliberately.
It's so long since I you like, yeah, lost.
I deliberately altered the scene of a crime, and then I tried to hide the fact. What I did is utterly unforgivable. And that reminds me. How did you even come to have this, Susie? On the evening of the incident, Mr. Sholmes had invited Gina to dinner, if you remember. Oh yes! We had a wonderful time! Well, Gina gave us a little introductory lesson, didn't she? To the art of pickpocketing, I mean. Oh, that was so much fun! I stole Bruno's armband!
Yes, please don't do that again, Iris. That band's very important to me.
Well, if it's so important, you should pay more attention to it. You didn't notice for ages. On a whim, I thought it would be fun to see if I could take the cat flapper mat. So I put it up my sleeve. Really? Then I rather forgot about it. Until I found myself in Mr. Windibank's shop with oh my goodness. Okay, until I found myself in Mr. Windibank's shop with it later that night.
Okay, what is she storing in her fucking sleeves
So
that
much.
she casually forgets about
Sleeves.
this?
So good. Yep. Books. Luggage. Snacks. I guess. Maybe a cat.
I
And
see.
the other one.
No.
And then... Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes!
Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo!
Right!
after Mr. Naruhodo had left the shop, I started to think. That door started to play on my mind.
The storeroom door, you mean?
Yes. If Gina was anywhere in the shop, I realised it could only be behind that door. And at that moment, the little device that I had up my sleeve sprang to mind. I was so worried about Gina, I simply had to know.
So you used a cat flapper mat to make the peephole in the door.
As captured in the photographic print of the shop. By one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
Indeed, it was of the first importance, that point. Precisely when the peephole was made, that information would prove to be Mr. Naruhodo's greatest weapon. Though, naturally, without proof, it would have amounted to nothing.
But when I looked through the hole in the door, the sight that met my eyes made my blood run cold. Thoughts started to run through my mind. I remembered that trial 2 months earlier.
The trial of Magnus McGilden.
I thought about how he had manipulated the evidence and arranged false testimony to secure his freedom. It made the British justice system feel very dark and sinister to me. And then, a terrible thought occurred to me. What if some wicked criminal was planning to do the same thing now? Because from the appearance of the crime scene, it looked exactly as though Gina had shot Mr. Windybank. Even though I was sure she would never have done such a thing.
You were worried that the true culprit would try to frame her for the crime.
That's right. But then I realised it would be very difficult for anyone to give false testimony in this case.
What do you mean?
Well, the crime appeared to have happened behind the door of a locked room. For someone to claim falsely to have witnessed it, there would have to be a way to see beyond the door.
Ah!
For which, a peephole would be the very thing!
Only the peephole I had made wasn't actually there until after the crime had been committed, of course. And the criminal would know that, so it wouldn't make any difference.
But the possibility of a rather ingenious trap was there, was it not?
A trap? Is that why she did it?
So, is that why you kept it a secret, Susie? You never mentioned that you made the peephole to anyone, not even to the police. I know. And I knew at the time what I was doing was wrong. A criminal offence, even. That's why I decided to confide in Mr. Sholmes.
I see.
If Mr. Naruhodo was completely backed into a corner, with no other possible means of escape, the truth about the peephole could save him. That was my plan.
She really does think of everything. But then, why didn't you just tell me everything before the trial began?
My dear fellow, you're not thinking straight. If she had done that, it would have rendered you complicit in the whole escapade.
Ah.
You could have been disbarred if you'd been seen to have knowingly tampered with a crime scene. So Miss Susato decided to shoulder the burden of responsibility alone. For your sake, and Miss Lestrade's.
Miss Susato.
The truth is, when it happened, I did it because I'd lost a little of my faith in the law.
Oh.
I was worried that the right person wouldn't be convicted of the crime. But the moment I allowed myself to think that is the moment I lost my right to call myself a judicial assistant.
Ugh. What you did isn't comparable to what he did. Graydon is the one who lied in the witness stand, using that peephole as a way to implicate Gina. And besides, if the peephole inconsistency hadn't existed, I'm not at all sure that she would have been acquitted in the end. Miss Susato, what you did saved Dina's life.
Well, with your kind words, Mr. Naruhodo, you've saved me, too, from my regrets.
Well, we must all be thankful that Miss Lestrade's freedom has been assured.
Yes, exactly. Although some of the loose ends in that trial will continue to play on my mind, I'm sure.
But the revelation that the music box disc contained secret messages, Mr. Naruhodo. What a triumph to work that out. I'm full of admiration.
Well, actually, that argument wasn't quite as compelling as I thought it was.
Oh, it wasn't?
There was a communications officer among the jury members, you see, a telegraph operator, and she said that the majority of the sounds on the disc were just meaningless tones. Yeah, did she say that on purpose though? Like,
As one would expect. After all, we are talking about secret government communications. No doubt they were written in cipher to avoid being readily understood should they have been intercepted.
yeah, quite. In cipher? I see. So then we would never have hoped to understand the message anyway.
Nonsense, my dear fellow. It's quite a zero-pipe problem, I assure you.
Well, that can't be a real word, can it? How funny. Wait, Iris, what did you just say? Oh, I just said Asugi. Does that word mean something to you?
Mean something? Asoki was the name of my best friend.
What? But how? How do you know that name, Iris? I wrote it down during the trial before, when the message was playing on the music box.
She transcribed it on the fly. She really is a genius.
I thought the message probably wouldn't be written out in plain Morse code, so I tried various ways to interpret it. But whatever I tried, the words just didn't seem to make any sense. That is, in English, at least. Oh. It suddenly occurred to me, you see. There's more than one Morse code.
Yeah.
Not just the English variety. Various countries around the world have altered and added to Morse code to use it in their own languages.
I can't believe it. Are you saying?
That's right. I've only actually seen a chart of Japanese Morse code once before, but I think it's based on the Iroha pangram, isn't it? Sorry in advance for that.
You mean to say that in Japanese Morse code the message says Asoki?
Yes, I think so. Sorry, but I don't remember all of the Japanese Morse code. Iris, would you let me see that?
Mr. Sato, do you know it? Do you know Japanese Morse code?
Yes, I spent some time studying it.
We are
Of course you
so
do. Yeah,
fucked without her.
Yeah, right?
Because I'm quite sure Morse code will become ever more important for international communications.
Then might I recommend, my dear madam, that you focus your efforts on the English version.
Be that as it may, Iris, show me the message, please. Of course.
But what can this possibly mean?
Whatever is in that long sequence of supposedly meaningless dots and dashes, it made the color drain from Susato-san's face.
There's no doubt that this message is written in Japanese Morse code.
So the British Empire has been using Japanese for its secret communications.
I don't understand the reason why, but the message appears to be a list of 4 people's names.
4 names.
The first is Kei Asogi.
Kazuma Asogi. Why? Why was his name on that disc?
The second is A Shin.
Shin? I don't recognize that name.
The third is T Greguson.
Ha! Gregson, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Gregson, yes.
Ah, it would seem Tobias Gregson is the third man on the list.
And what is his name doing in a secret government communication as well?
And the last name?
It's gonna be ours, isn't it? What's the matter, Mrs. Arto?
It's just so strange. So unexpected.
Oh, what is it, Susie? Don't keep us in suspense.
The last name is J. Wilson.
Oh! Oh! I mean, he did get assassinated by a British lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Wilson.
John H. Wilson? You mean Daddy?
Oh no! We're getting to the daddy part. No!
Mm-mm. Oh no! Oh no! Why did Sholmes just multi-dot? Does he know? Does he know?
I wonder because we're discussing this off stream.
we
Like the
did,
fact
didn't
it's
we?
been
The
so
fact
many
that
months.
it's been so many months, and Sholmes doesn't seem to know that his
Yeah.
assume what closest friend is dead.
Yeah.
Potentially meant that it wasn't actually
Yeah. I was
her
hoping
dad.
it would be him.
It was
but,
just
like,
somebody
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
But I guess that that multi-dot is just kind of makes me think
Yeah.
that he does in fact know, and he just hasn't told Iris because he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
It says only J. Wilson, so I'm afraid I can't be sure.
But then after the 4 names, it reads, if I translate from Japanese, that is all 4. And that's the end of the message, or rather, the end of what you noted down, Iris. And that's alright. I hope for once I'm wrong. Yeah, maybe. I hope.
I just can't believe it. Who would ever have thought that those discs contain Japanese Morse code? Not to mention a strange list of some disturbingly familiar names.
It would appear that this particular message is a communication of some kind between Great Britain and the Empire of Japan.
So, Daddy could be in Japan then. Where's Susie and Runo come from?
And once again, yes, the first case that we didn't do
Yeah.
on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
was a J. Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. No, it's not very likely, really, is it? I mean, there are thousands of people with the surname Wilson, and there must be lots of J's among them.
Yeah, thank you, Iris. Thank you for saying what we're hoping.
Yeah,
Oh, Professor John H. Wilson, visiting professor of medicine in the Imperial Yume University.
Medicine too.
Uh-huh. But we can't tell Iris about that now. We just can't.
Don't see the family resemblance, at least. Hopefully.
This is so strange. Somehow, in solving the case of Mr. Windybanks' murder today, I feel like I fall back in a boulder at the mouth of a very dark cave. Yeah.
I do wonder if perhaps it's a dark cave that we shouldn't go wandering inside.
No. But we're going to.
Girls do take after their mothers according to anime, you're right.
Oh, honk!
Oh dear, the ship is going to set sail soon.
Well, we'll keep you updated or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems so.
I'll sail on that steamship, first to the port of Dunkirk in France, then I'll change onto a larger passenger vessel bound for Japan. You're really going then, Susie?
We wish you a safe passage, Miss Susato.
Thank you so much. I wish all of you the very best.
Miss Susato, I'd hope to have you always at my side, to guide me and support me.
Mr. Naruhodo!
Please, come back soon. As far as I'm concerned, you really are the very best judicial assistant in the world.
I'm quite sure. I'll be back before you know it.
Really, Susie? Oh, now don't forget, Iris, I made you a promise I've yet to fulfill. A promise? About your manuscript. Oh,
Yes, the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Well, I'll be waiting for you then, Susie. A promise is a promise. Definitely, Iris.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes?
do you remember the first time we met?
Yes, of course. On the SS Burya, when I was dragged out from that wardrobe, still half asleep. If I remember rightly, you threw me halfway across the cabin with the Susato takedown.
You know very well that I'm talking about after that.
It's strange, but being thrown together as we were in that case, I somehow felt straight away that you were the perfect person to continue Kazuma-sama's great legacy.
The ship suddenly starts beaming rapid up in the sky. Miss Susato.
But my instincts were right. I really want to believe, no, I'm sure that... I'll be back soon. Farewell until then.
Yeah, you better be, considering the second game has a skin for you.
Yeah, right? I mean, I like to think that she has a skin for herself also.
Tiny ship. Tiny.
Honk. Yeah, but it's only
Oh!
going to Dunkirk.
Oh!
It's
Oh!
only a cross-channel jobby.
All animated.
Somehow we
Oh,
seem to have
that's
come to the end of the adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Or the first volume, at least. Looking back now, it feels as though fate has led me on this journey.
Oh, the cat is here too.
Yeah, right? It's cute.
Wagyu.
Wi-
Waggy.
Yeah.
Fate
like
led me
Barris's
to becoming
backpack.
a lawyer, to traveling halfway around the world, to meeting the great detective. I'm sure there'll be trials and tribulations ahead. Of course there will.
Sun rose awful fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
But whatever happens, I know I'll be able to turn my fortunes around.
That's how long we talked. Oh my god. Sholmes! Dear.
After all, I have the greatest friends in the world on my side.
But yeah, it's only a cross-channel ferry. This one's not going very far. It's only going to Dunkirk.
Oh, this is true.
We know that that's quite a decent, a shortish crossing after all.
Ah, yes. Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, Mr. Sholmes?
I have some rather awkward news.
The railway company has decided to sue over the special express train, apparently.
This is a really emotional scene. And then seconds later. Yes,
Uh-huh.
It caused such a commotion on the line, all the other trains had to wait at stations. But really, we would never have made it to Dover in time otherwise. Anyway, I explained everything and how it was all your fault.
What?
I believe a formal complaint should be delivered to your office tomorrow.
But not to worry, my dear fellow, according to Miss Susato. You love defending yourself in court.
What?
It's all right. I'm perfectly happy to testify. He really didn't look like the sort of man who'd do something so outrageous. See?
Mr. Sholmes,
Yes?
a word, if you don't mind.
That word is Sasquatch.
Why, certainly. Any word you like. Bellow it out, my dear fellow. Oh, yes. I love Runo's words, and I know just the one he'll use here.
Yeah, it starts with an F and it ends in uck.
Then I really must say objection. You throw him into the sea.
Okay.
We finished the
We
game.
finished the first game. We really have finished Hot Bus Summer.
We did.
It'll be with
Oh,
us forever.
in the following
weeks, hundreds of music boxes arrived at Baker Street from all over Europe. Something was afoot! Though it transpired I had ordered them all myself, so I advertised them for sale with used by Mr. Sholmes to solve an important case. And the money I've earned, consulting detective work, pays a pittance by comparison.
Yeah, sorry, this is autoplay.
Yeah,
of
that's
course.
fine. I'm trying. Yeah, before summer ended this weekend. I know. Are you proud of us? We made it.
I haven't slept a wink. This manuscript is due tomorrow now. When I'm this busy, Holy usually cooks me breakfast. Well, cooks is an overstatement. For some dry toast and insipid coffee. I do miss Susie and her lovely Japanese breakfasts.
You should not be giving her coffee. Shams! I know she has a manuscript due, but
This was but yeah.
oh yeah, this guy.
Oh yeah.
Witness, your testimony is riddled with contradictions.
Exactly. Rarely do rare Koban coins hide under rare stakes themselves.
Yeah, it was a wild
This is the
case.
very first
Yeah.
case, right? Well, I don't know, sir. Knows his father is an innocent man, or are you calling my son a liar?
Witnesses, my courtroom is no place for your petty arguments. Yeah, that was a
This
case,
game, to be fair, has been reasonably long
it really has.
compared to
Yeah.
actually some of the others, I think. Having delivered the Russian dance at a shore in Shanghai, I laid low on the steamship for a while.
What happened to the cat?
But last night I apprehended an extremely suspicious Japanese national on board.
Oh.
I've done nothing wrong! All I did was give Wagahai's offspring refuge in my pocket! A man brings some kittens on board and suddenly he's a hardened criminal. It's not fair! That means
my
Waggy
God.
is a girl, then.
Yeah, Buggy is a girl. That was the thing. It was a really rare
Oh yeah, no, boy.
boy. Oh yeah, wait, yeah, no.
He
Was
called
it?
him a boy.
Wait, Waggy
Waggy
is a-
had kittens.
Well, I guess.
I guess Waggy maybe did the other part of the
Yeah.
this guy. Scientific investigation will be the gold standard for policing in the new age. I dream of a world governed by the tenets of order and discipline.
I hate this
like
man.
a great clock, in fact, whose hundreds of parts mesh together in perfect unison. I don't trust him. I think he's evil. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have but 2 minutes and 37 seconds until my next appointment. He seems wrong to me. I
Uh-huh.
don't know, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Evil dictator kind of speech. I know, right? It's the arms. You spread arms wide like that, and I'm like, nah. Oh, he's got his chips back. The latest Rand's magazine is out, and I'm in it again. Whenever I say that one line she wrote now, I get a standing ovation. You want to hear it? Huh, not bad, I suppose, for an amateur. Her ladyship puts me to shame.
You're lucky she still writes about you, mate.
Yeah, I know, right? You're lucky that you're still not in jail for being a criminal.
It's okay, he's a cop. He'll get away with it. Oh boy.
Been visiting the old girl on a daily basis, of course. Joni, my old jailbird. Must say, battling with those bally stairs every day has done wonders for the Dicky Peg. Managing rather well with the housework, too. Got this maid business taped up, I'd say. Hope the gossiping neighbours don't realise the man of the house is his own maid. Sorry if I get some of the words wrong. I'm
Okay.
trying my hardest
Okay. So he just likes maids. Like, doesn't matter.
to... Yeah.
He has a thing for maid outfits as well. Oh no.
Oh dear.
My Rowley's back on the beat again. All thanks to the Reaper.
There's nothing I enjoy more these days than hunting out small change in the gutter. I'm a better Bobby now, looking out for Londoners, their dropped halfpennies, and my lovely wife. Oh, Pat.
Oh, Rowley.
If I could never see them again, I'd be okay with that.
Isn't that right, my darling?
Oh, I hate them so much.
Strongheart probably pardoned him before a case.
Yeah.
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 Maybe so.
Oh, was Gina in jail?
Looks like I'm going to be doing time for a bit now.
Yeah, she's jailed anyway.
Emma.
But Iris comes every day for a natter, so it ain't too boring. Well, she's always going on about all them cases.
What Sholmes is looking into.
Criminal investigations are kind of interesting when you get into them.
Was it gonna pull?
You could get, what do you
No.
mean? No. Bugger off.
No, but it's good
You
to
can
know that we
pause
can
it.
pause technically.
Yes, but it's fine. Strongheart probably pardoned him before a case could be presented before Gregson. You're probably right.
Mhm. boy, Iggy.
Yes, I renounced my upbringing and chose a life of sophisticated crime. But regret? Please. Give over, bruv! That ain't the Ash we used to know.
We got time in here to plan to come back and Milverton and Skulkin's milk run, right?
The Three Muskewatsits. Milking the neighbourhood for all it's worth.
Oh my god. Okay.
She might not become a cop. She might just help out with the investigation. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, her name is Lestrade after all.
Yeah, exactly.
Lestrade was also the cop from Sherlock.
Yeah.
Not Gregson. I mean, Gregory Lestrade, I think, was the...
Yeah.
Anyway.
This past 6 months has been a time I shall remember forevermore. Painful goodbyes and wonderful encounters. I've come to realise that's what life is all about. Naruhodo-san, I promise, your assistant will return to you one day. But for now, I leave you with many memories and a heartfelt wish that life will treat you well.
Yeah, Pete, private investigator, isn't a cop in the end.
Wow.
Because, yeah, as you said, Sholmes is also he's a PI. Calls himself a great detective, but really he's just a PI.
Mm-hmm.
Aww,
That's cute.
that's adorable. Let's start on the next topic.
What starts on the next
I
one?
want to see what it has for us. I want to see what different characters it's got and what new ways I can destroy my voice.
I just know many old faces. Oh no. The face tentacles.
Uh-oh.
Oh god. Why are they looking at us?
Yeah, they're reaching for you. They're reaching for you. Oh, it's doing the thing. That's cute. I mean, it's really cute.
It is really cute.
Oh, I mean, rude. That's so rude. I'm not credited here. That's so rude. Come on.
Robert Vernon. Who's
Oh.
that? No.
Nigel Pilkington. I've heard that name before. What?
Yeah.
It's just a voice actor that I
Yeah.
think has also done a lot of work on the radio too.
Oh. Look,
Oh,
that's
is
the
that the
crazy
one who
bitch.
murdered
Yeah.
Iris's daddy?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, she did.
No, I mean
yeah,
allegedly Iris's
allegedly.
daddy, but she did murder
Yeah.
whoever
She
he was.
is the only one who had a proper freak out, if I'm perfectly honest.
Oh, it's a shame then that
Yeah.
that didn't happen more. Is that
There were birds
Susato's
spawning
dad,
like
or-
there we go, there were birds
Oh, her
appearing
swan hat.
and her swan hat like became alive
Oh my.
and it was kind of wild, if I'm perfectly honest.
I also want a photo with Fanseeks, actually. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get anything from Fanseeks, actually, that said.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. There was no farewell from Fanseeks. So
Right.
rude.
I'm sorry, I'm going to sit through these
You know,
credits
this is kind of
because
adorable. Well, we're currently getting to bits that we recognise
Yeah.
now, at least.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, we recognise. I mean, bits that we recognise from stream too.
yeah.
At least his tentacles have stopped trying to lick our face as much.
Yes. Oh
Is
no!
it- oh, no, there we
It's a
go.
series! Oh no!
Oh man!
Oh no!
Oh. Oh, that's sad.
I hope she's
Dude.
okay, if I'm honest.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, she didn't mean to kill our best friend.
No.
Man, they didn't have to do that, but they did.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Uh-oh. I fallen off the screen.
Ruh-roll. Six's farewell was literally, I'm not saying goodbye, I'm giving a toast to you finding out what horrible history I have with the Japanese later, whether you like it or not. Toss his glass at Runo. It's true! Yeah, it's true. Yep.
Oh no, he's doing the arm thing again!
He is
Make him
evil!
stop!
He is so evil that if he was a Pokemon character, he would be the big bad.
Yeah,
Like-
everybody would put at the beginning, you were so clearly
Yeah,
the villain
right?
here.
Man literally looks like he's gonna piss himself.
Oh no, it's Beepo.
Yeah, Beppo. He
Beepo.
literally looks like he's gonna piddle himself,
Yeah.
though. Yeah, Susato had the sword.
Yeah.
Susato is brilliant.
Yeah.
That guy. I'm glad he's dead.
You are indirectly responsible for killing the omnibus. my
Yeah. But on the other hand, he did actually indirectly trigger Hot Bus Summer.
friend.
which we were all quite thankful for.
Yeah.
So
Oh, hello, Sherms.
this guy,
We
he
met
was on
you
the
earlier.
boat too. So actually,
Yeah.
what the hell's he only doing appearing here?
We're just at Baker Street right now, so he's just
Yeah,
like,
but
oh
like-
no, but he's
Yeah, but like
joined-
he should have been.
Yeah, but this is where he joined us. Like, that's true.
Oh,
like,
as if
during
he
this
didn't
case-
join us on the boat.
Yeah, I know, but oh my fucking god.
Domestic violence, isn't that right, my darling?
Oh, there she is. She's gonna splash coffee,
Multiple-
tea on him.
I'm surprised that she isn't.
Oh no, she's just.
Ah. You know Iris is adorable because she's pigeon-toed.
Ah, yes.
Don't worry, I think we hopefully will never have to see the hat
Oh,
guy
there's
ever
Van
again.
Zieks.
Hello, Van Zieks. Are you going to join us too, or are you just gonna
Oh.
leggy?
Oh,
The
no,
fact
he's-
that that's the shot that they used as well.
He is just standing. He doesn't have his coat on.
No, but that's okay.
Right, he's just gonna ignore us.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Bye bye.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You extra bitches.
Yep. Very. I wonder if he got them to set the bus on fire. Hey up, Jenna. Guinea.
Oh no. Do not shoot at us. Oh my god.
I'm genuinely surprised that we didn't get like smoke coming after us.
I say. Sorry,
The Rocco International Music Box Museum
Do
is
you
actually.
guys base this on?
I genuinely think they must have looked at what music boxes look like. That's so cute.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really cool. Oh, the book guy has a cat that looks. Oh, the book guy is that is Wagahai.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we adopted his cat.
Yeah.
He took the offspring with him though.
Yeah. But I wonder if that cat and maybe her cat did the did. Oh, that's cute. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. I know we just watched the credits, but I love it.
That was really cute.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
The end.
Bang. Or as they say,
Slut!
that was really nice. I always like it when credits are like watchable.
Yes.
You know, like in that way. That's so.
Oh, okay.
"Aw,
Alright.
aw, your hair looks really weird in that screenshot, Mr. Naruhodo. But probably because his ear is being tickled by the tendrils. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh my god.
Gentle fondling, all up in the ear roll. Mm.
Oh, we got a different. Yeah, this background changes as well when you
Oh,
load
that's
into a
cute.
case. Which,
We wouldn't know anything about that, of course.
so,
Next.
can we?
Next, can we continue? No. Port of Dover.
There we go.
Woohoo!
So here we go. New game. Oh,
I'll stop that now.
what a beautiful day.
Wowie!
This is probably a cutscene.
Do you think? It's actually a tree. But
Oh
okay.
no, did their dad die? Oh shit.
Oh. Wow,
Standing
okay.
here in the
It's his
bright
voice.
sunshine, looking out over the vast ocean. Those days in London seem like a dream. But I do miss my time in England's vast capital.
Yeah, I know they did
Yeah,
say
exactly.
her father was in poor health, but
You
still.
know, he's flourished into a truly wonderful
Oh no, I think she's
lawyer.
talking to the friend actually.
I've
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt that at this very moment, he's fighting some noble cause in court. Forgive me for taking so long to come to visit you.
Yeah.
My life has been such a whirlwind since I returned.
Yeah.
And no one could have predicted what has happened. Just 2 months after arriving home.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I find myself faced with another unlawful crime. Why did they not voice that?
Oh, that's so weird.
Uh-huh. Oh, fucking that bitch. I'm sorry I didn't. I feel bad for not streaming this one now, but... Where's this
So
one?
I came here today to ask something of you. Tomorrow, I shall be standing in court
Oh god.
Oh.
for the only time in my life. As a lawyer.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh! Oh my god. Wait. Oh my god, she's been murdered!
So please,
Did
Including
you do
her
this?
swan.
I ask for your guidance. Kazuma-sama.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Did you do it, Socketwrench?
No.
Did you murder the swan woman?
Oh my god, look at this!
Wow!
Oh, that's pretty!
That's nicely done! That.
Hold on, we get to play Susato?
Neat.
Because it
13th
didn't
of
even...
August, 8:26 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Defendant's Antechamber 3.
I'm gonna make a save file.
Woohoo.
A house like GAA2!
Got to. If that is blue hair, we may have a
Oh,
Von Karma
yeah.
ancestor here. You've a good
Oh.
point. That is a good point.
Oh, here you go, you
Oh,
can
no.
voice the entire thing now, enjoy.
Yay! Here I am again after 9 months. The Supreme Court of
Judicature?
Judicature of Japan. That's what I said. Shut up. I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself.
It's fun, I should do all the voice.
Yay! Keep seeing blue text and be like, this is clearly
Oh.
not me.
Ah, good, yeah, here. It doesn't do for a lawyer to be late. This is her father, in case
I
we didn't
wondered
know.
about that.
Yeah, this is her father.
Oh, yes, good morning, sir.
I hardly recognize you. You cut a fine figure, counsel. But you look as white as a sheet, and those wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either.
Means he lives yet.
Oh dear. The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous. I feel utterly nauseated. I almost wish that I'd never been born.
Goodness, not the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say.
I'm Eugene Mikotoba, professor of medicine at the Imperial Humane University. A man who, early in his life, travelled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science. Oh no.
Yeah, he was a friend, I believe, with Wilson.
Yeah, I wonder if he's also a friend of Van Seek's at one point.
Oh! Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And of course, my brilliant father.
And also explain was why Greggy was named. Yeah, potentially
Yeah.
so.
Excuse me? I have no idea who this is. Oh no, excuse me. Okay, no, the blue hair I think was a stylistic choice.
Could have well have been, yeah, because this person
Yeah.
seems to be.
Yeah. Would I be correct in thinking that you're to be my lawyer in court today?
Hmm. Oh, yes, that's right, miss.
Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear on my life, it's completely fabrication. This whole thing. Kind of like her so far.
Ray Mimbami. I don't know why I rolled the R there.
Mimbami,
Ray
yeah.
Mimbami, born the same year as I, and my greatest friend. Though unusual for a woman in our time, she works at the University Research Laboratory helping my father.
Yeah, she does look more like the face than Susato did. It's
Yeah.
true. Well, maybe that's what happened.
Huh?
Maybe Susato gets her off and gets her proves her innocence, and
And sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial.
shut up.
Accused of committing a truly awful murder. Are you feeling alright? Since we started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flushed.
Oh my. It's just
I
that
was thinking about you getting me off.
you look so gallant and dashing. Okay.
Sorry?
It does look like a utena, I think, for a reason.
It does look like a tenor thing for a reason. I'm sure I'm here
And
for
when I
it.
fall into your intense gaze, it makes me feel rather bashful.
Woo!
Fanfic, 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 fanfic. Goodness, I don't think she knows. She hasn't realised who I am.
What? It would seem our little plan for this trial is going to work.
Oh,
Oh
she's
my
dressed
God.
like a boy.
I see.
So this is more Shakespeare than it is Utena.
Yeah. Well, I mean, oh, what do you mean, Professor Mikotoba? If even your best friend can't see through the disguise, I think we can relax. Disguise?
Yes. I've never tried dressing this way before, of course. I wasn't sure how convincing it would be. But this does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father.
Father? What? Is that you, Susato?
Less gay, but still good. I know.
I'm so sorry I didn't say something sooner, Ray.
No, what are you doing? What's going on? What? What? That varsity uniform, that varsity cap, that varsity cape, that varsity badge. Look at you. You look for all the world just like a student of the Imperial Yumeko University. A male student.
I also hope she acts like Runo, yes.
I'm so glad you think so.
Yeah.
It means all my preparations have been worthwhile.
I woke at 4 this morning to make a start. Do you think she's... It's like a cosplayer. She's cosplaying.
Yeah.
They also wake up at 4 in the morning.
But I don't understand why you dress like that.
Well, you see...
It was the only way. The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take on your defense in this trial. My defense? Please, face reveal. Tammin?
Never before in my life have I felt so frustrated at having been born into this body. Courts in Japan are barred to women.
We're not even allowed to set foot inside the courtroom unless you're on trial, I guess.
Despite the fact that the laws of the land apply to all people, male and female alike.
Yeah! Shit. But women are forbidden.
The Boltons!
Just for today, I'll be leaving my true self at the courtroom door, so that I can act as your lawyer.
Misogyny fireworks,
Yep.
yes. They don't do fireworks in Japan.
No.
That's the great
Wow.
British way.
Great British explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, Susato, you go to such lengths for me.
Of course, you're my greatest friend.
This is good.
I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve.
Oh no, I've complete faith in you.
Ray.
It's so strange, though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already. And yet, just because you're a woman. What a wretched reason! I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing!
Ray, please don't look at me like that, with those flushed cheeks and doting eyes.
Yeah, this changed nothing.
No, nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's just, you really do look so dashing.
Yes, you mentioned that. Once or twice.
You should be pleased. It means you look convincing as a man.
I am pleased, I think. It certainly helped to bolster my confidence today. Ray, you're managing to put on a brave face in all this, but I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped, and how you're trembling ever so slightly.
Susato, you do believe me, don't you? I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder?
Of course. And you have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean. Isn't that right?
Yes. Yes, it is. Perfectly clean.
I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about your innocence, which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end in this trial. Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side, because that's what it means to be a defense lawyer.
It means so much to me, Susato.
Defendant, counsel, court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
It's the same guy. They just imported him.
You should go in at once, Ray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty. Oh. Stand aside! Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast.
Well, Susato, you've certainly surprised your father. Going to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom, and with no prior experience of being a lawyer.
There was simply no other way. That's all there is to it. But, Father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this.
Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her. It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take
I
her
already
case.
wondered about that.
Yeah, I didn't want to burden her with that.
But is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case? Is it really because of who the victim was?
We should be making a move now too. As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student.
Thank you, Father.
We're having this conversation quite openly before the bailiff's there.
Yeah,
Seems
well.
a bit, you know.
I'm Susato Mikotoba, a judicial assistant. 8 months ago, I accompanied a student of law on a study trip to Great Britain. But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, I found myself back in Japan.
At least her dad seems to be alright now.
How many times have I wished that he were here, I wonder? Still, I have no choice now but to steel myself for the trial ahead. Wish me luck, Naruhodo-san.
We believe in you. After all, she's basically the one who won all those cases.
It's true.
13th of August, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of
Judicature
Courtroom.
1!
Ah, look at her cute little outfit. This court is now in session to hear the trial of Ray Mambami.
The prosecution is fully ready to proceed, Your Excellency.
Okay, I like the fact that his hair is now even worse.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
he was in the credits.
Yeah,
I mean,
I forget now, but I think his hair was ruined at the end of the last case. So
that makes sense. She looks
She does look
adorable. She does
dashing.
look very dashing. Yeah, it's a good look on her.
Defense counsel, are you ready? Yes, Your Excellency, we are ready.
Ready?
Okay, see, she has the
Yep.
same fucking animation type.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that.
Ah, yes, counsel. According to your registration details, your name is, Ryutaro Naruhodo. Is that correct? Yes, Ryutaro.
Sorry?
Ah, yes. I had to come up with a suitable male name for your little for your little adventure. So I'm afraid to say I simply put down the first name that sprang to mind. Well, counsel.
Yes, that's right. That's me. Yes, I am Ryutaro, he who has vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan.
It seems Ryutaro may need to consider how better to uphold his manly act first and not overdo it. And those wild white eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Just relax and listen. Naruhodo.
A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. But the name Naruhodo, would that perchance be...
You may be thinking of Rinosuke Naruhodo, currently in Britain as part of a study program. This is
His cousin!
That's right! Ryutaro here has been studying in the provinces, but he called to the capital. But he was called to the capital for this trial. We all
Yeah, right.
know.
Good thing to tell her that. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any of Tokyo's preeminent lawyers.
Any of them? What a pitiful situation. Having been rejected by every lawyer in the capital, the accused has had to call in a country boy.
Yeah, so we have to deal with this twat instead of Van Zieks.
I miss Vinceek so much. But this guy is easier to voice.
Yeah. How dare you! Susato's every bit as gallant and dashing as any of your Tokyo attorneys. I won't have you making fun of her? Oh,
Please be careful, Ray. What an unrefined tomboy we have here. But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer up to the challenge of defending you? His wide, skittish eyes very much suggest that he is not. I'm so nervous. Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand what Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, eyes are wont to flit.
Beautiful. The case to be heard on this day is a matter of great significance to our national interests. In fact, it would be reasonable to assume that the outcome on this trial may very well affect the future of our empire. Once again, one of those cases.
Just like the trial 9 months ago. And yet, for proceedings of such importance, we have this unknown yokel by the dock. Dear me.
And this guy is not even a funny clown, he's just annoying.
Yeah.
Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense, to determine whether you are sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom. 9 months ago, when a certain other Naruhodo stood where you're standing now, this same judge tested him as well. And even though he was just a student at the time, not even of law, he passed the test with flying colours. Well, flying colours is embellishing it a little bit.
They were at least moving slowly.
Yeah. For a trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this will be easy. So, counsel, do you consent to answering some simple questions?
I'm sorry that I appear to be doing fewer voices than you now.
Oh no, you will be doing plenty lots.
Still.
Yeah.
Alright, it's time to prove myself. Yes, Your Excellency, but please do make them simple.
Very well. To start with, you will state the name of the victim.
Phew, that is simple. I couldn't forget that if I tried.
What's the matter?
Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, minds are want to blank.
It's fucking beautiful, sorry. It's not surprising, really. It's your first time in this position, and in that guise. Even a bright spark like you is bound to flicker and falter a little under the circumstances.
Oh dear, this is a dismal failure.
Don't fret. You need only use the knowledge you've gained as a judicial assistant to overcome the problem.
Of course, the court record. Yes, the answer will be amongst all the key information about the case in the court record.
That's right. Just use R to open the court record.
Yay for tutorials, but still.
Oh, then you need to flip to the people section with R. And don't take too long. And don't take too long over it. His Excellency is watching you closely. What are we timed?
I hope not.
All
Alright, check the court record with R. That's where the information I need will be. Time of death is just after 2 p.m. Death is believed to be due to trauma to the victim's lung from a knife blade. Wow, rude. You just opened it while I was reading the doohickey.
I thought you.
No.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I was looking and I was thinking you might want to read it.
I was reading it.
I
out
didn't
loud.
interrupt you.
Twice. I do like this method of how play court game instead of Phoenix has amnesia now. Yeah, no, I agree, right?
Uh-huh.
Her name is Giselle Brett, which is a very female British name. Time of death, 11th of August around 2 p.m, ascertained by examination and witness statements. Cause of death, single deep stab wound from behind, piercing a lung and resulting in a fatal hemorrhage. Death would have occurred within minutes. Notes, extreme meiosis, pupil constriction was observed in the victim in both eyes.
She's been partaking in the coffee.
I was going to say, that does imply some kind of coffee-based thing, right?
Ah.
Medical school professor at the Imperial Yume University. He's an authority in forensic medicine in charge of the university's laboratory. He also happens to be my father.
My best friend, who works as an assistant to my father in his laboratory at the Imperial Humane University. She's the defendant in this case. Giselle Brett! The victim of the case, who was a former British exchange student. 9 months ago, she was found guilty of the murder of visiting professor Dr. John Wilson, but doesn't say John T. Wilson, so he might be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
The lead prosecutor of this case, who appears to be struggling to accept the changes afoot as a result of these turbulent new times in Japan, the Meiji area. Meiji era?
I don't
Meiji?
know.
I don't know. Yeah, Kathy.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I guess I gotta present. Hold on. Here we go.
No, it doesn't seem like you can.
Oh, maybe I'm too soon.
The
Oh no.
victim, not the defense.
So I know, but like.
You were trying.
No, but what? I couldn't present anything. That's what I was trying.
No, I know, but you were pressing the.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You were pressing Meiji. Oh yeah, that would. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
What is the name of the victim in this case? Well, that is Giselle Brett.
Giselle Brett. Yeah. You were pressing on the defendant.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know that as well. But like.
Fine. The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brett.
Giselle Brett. A name that will never be forgotten in the courtroom of our country, I'm sure. Correct. And being a member of our empire's
Judiciary.
Thank you. You will be aware of the significance of that name. So, let me pose another simple question. As you know, Miss Brett was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain. Why then is her name
Indelibly.
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 It
Yeah, no,
means
indelibly. I get. Yeah.
not unerasable.
Yeah. I know the meaning. I've just never seen it. I've never heard it.
never-
Funnily enough.
Oh, you've never seen it written down?
No, I've never seen.
Like indelible ink?
Indelible. No.
Oh. It means it can't be
Yeah.
erased.
Associated with our own empire's judicial history.
Inedibly.
Inedibly, yes,
Yeah.
yes, much better, yeah. I always think of my stomach.
Yeah.
Obviously, you won't have forgotten a case from 9 months ago, except chat doesn't know it, so we all
Chat doesn't
have.
know it, so we'll all have
Oh.
a nice little recap. I don't know it
Here
either,
we go!
actually.
But if it's proving hard to recall the finer points, everything you need is included in the court record.
Obviously, I still remember. That was the start of everything. Giselle Brett. Behind the woman's student persona was the face of a killer? What?
Yes.
Queen Victoria. Okay.
Oh, the urge to pick the wrong ones.
Yes! 9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Humane University was killed, and the culprit was Giselle Brett.
Yes, she was a killer. At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty with the Empire of Great Britain.
Man, John Wilson was really packing some titty there, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was. He had
Crimey.
quite some titty.
Criminy!
And it was in the midst of this delicate diplomatic situation that the incident occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Wilson.
H!
Aha!
She said T, right?
I think so.
Pretty sure she said John T. Wilson, didn't she?
I don't remember.
Or did
that.
she say H? Oh no, was it T or was it H?
Uh,
She said H?
Oh.
Oh, fudge. I thought it was T.
No.
Bum!
was shot dead. I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor Mikatova.
H.
Yes.
Definitely.
There you go. Yes, I was indebted to the man. He'd been my mentor when I went to London to study forensic medicine.
Yeah, J. Wilson was on the paper, but she said H.
Wow.
Bums.
Indeed, it was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor at the university. Naturally, the murder of an Englishman on our soil was a matter the government wished to resolve rapidly.
She did say John H. Wilson, actually, didn't she? Where'd I get the T from? Sorry.
Indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here at the Supreme Court. Yeah. a student of the Imperial University, was arrested on suspicion of murder.
Because he just picked up the bloody gun.
Yeah, this fucking dumb fuck, right? Like, he just looked down, saw a gun, picked it up. It's like a friend
they
for
were
the
like-
matter.
Dummy.
That was absolutely fucking hilarious in a horrible sort of way.
Yeah.
Anyway, a second year English language student by the name of Rinosuke Naruhodo. Expert levels of stupid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he also just greeted the professor, and he's like, "Oh my god, what is this?" And he was like, "Oh, guns!" Like, so. Anyway, with the help of his best friend, a student lawyer, the accused conducted his own defense. It's a terrible way. And exposed the despicable crime committed by Miss Giselle
I'm a
Brent.
little sad that I don't get to voice her.
Oh, you might in the
She
flashbacks.
sounds like she might sound a bit like Queen.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, goody.
Miss Brett eventually admitted to her crime. Actually, I'm really sad I didn't get to stream it because some of the things they did are fucking beautiful. She spoke in the most ridiculous cursive font possible.
Oh, God.
Like, they literally did this crazy cursive
oh,
for
wow,
her.
that's so funny.
And she also refused to speak Japanese.
Oh, my God.
So she just
Yeah.
spoke, basically, it was gibberish. In a very beautiful cursive font.
Huh.
Anyway.
That's a delight.
Yeah. Miss Brett eventually admitted to her crime. However, when questions about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion.
Okay, so she
Yeah.
was some kind of hired assassin,
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
I
like-
wonder?
but she was she was a student at
Yeah.
the university and like, nah,
Sure.
okay, sure.
An exchange student.
Uh-huh.
Assassin.
Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its consular jurisdiction into play. We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. It was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai, China instead.
Where's Shanghai?
There's a British consular court there. Correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally. The date of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled upon only last week. All that remained of our empire's obligations was to see the woman safely on board the steamship. Don't go to the steamship, though.
We should have taken a screenshot of the names on the paper from the music box. Well, the first one was our best friend who's dead.
Yeah. The second one was Greg.
The second one, the third one was Guregu-sun.
Yeah, that was Greggy.
The second one, I actually don't remember what it was. I didn't recognize it.
No, I think if it pops up again, I'll probably see it.
Yeah, potentially, but like, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
Grixie
the
was
fourth
yeah.
one was Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah.
J. Wilson. So yeah, that was just that second one, which I can't. Yeah.
And yet, the very day before her departure, the Englishwoman was killed. Only the day before.
That will do. I'm satisfied that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant. I like, can you tell me two things, please?
But do you think Susato's dad? Because
Oh wait, hold on.
I didn't think they recognized it.
I mean, they would have recognized the name, surely.
I
like,
would have thought so. I thought they were like, that doesn't ring any bells. But
Thank
sure.
you, Your Excellency.
over the
I'm so
first hurdle.
I'm so sorry, my brain just felt like.
No, that's fine. You're so used to doing the.
Yeah, I'm a red dad in my brain. Now, a summary of the incident, if you please. Prosecutor, how would you pronounce
I
it?
guess Aoki?
Aoki?
Is it? Maybe? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
Aoki? Ayuki? I don't know.
Ouchie?
Aoki?
I don't know.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
It could be Ouchie, you never know. If this was Professor Layton.
As is your wish, Your Excellency. The repugnant crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight. Oh, A-Shin.
A-Shin.
A-Shin. Well, we'll keep an eye out for a Shin. On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under a bright blue sky, at a secluded bathing spot by the sea.
Wait, should
Thing
we
is-
let her just have, like, nice fucking outings while she
Apparently-
fucking murders a man in cold blood?
Apparently so. Iris is dead, even.
What?
And that said, yeah. At a secluded bathing spot by the sea. The incident occurred inside a small beach hut, erected for bathers to rest or change their clothes. Why is she here?
Yeah. Also in that hut?
Genuinely, yeah. Just casually. My cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung. An injury which proved fatal.
Also, why was she holding a pen?
No, right?
So weird.
There were 2 persons alone together in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett in her bathing attire and the accused, Raymond Barmy.
That is not her bathing attire. Get the fuck out of my fucking face!
This is vintage bathing attire. It was usually quite,
I mean, yeah, but
voluminous. Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady.
just, wow. Well, that extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat lost for words, I must say.
That's certainly true. The prosecution's summary was full of words that raise an awful lot of questions. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel on what he said about the bathing spot, being alone together, or a powerful motive. Well, we can do all of them, right?
Yeah.
Usually. Unless it's like what her walk around the beach sexily outfit. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
being
mean,
alone.
she could have been showing a little bit of ankle. That would have been some pretty sexy stuff. Yeah, usually we can do all of them, right? Or can we only
No,
do
this
one?
is a single one.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Where the fuck were they at the bathing spot, though, actually? But also the powerful motive. I don't know. All of these are interesting. What do we want, chat?
Yeah, yeah. Chat, what shall we do? What shall we push for here? Save them.
I mean,
Yeah, motive seems very old to me. It's like,
Yeah.
what motive?
just randomly dropping that in there.
Let's go.
I mean, unless Ray was studying under Wilson
Yeah.
or something. You find the bathing spot more odd.
Oh, sorry, I went.
You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement.
Is the yokel boy using long words he doesn't fully understand?
I beg your pardon?
No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Membami-san, you are research assistant at the Imperial Yume University, I believe?
Yes. I'm also like, what? Yeah, this is not me, right?
Mhm.
Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mikotoba in his laboratory at the moment. Sorry. I can confirm that. The defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility.
Fascinating to hear. Now another question. Prior to your work with Professor Mikotoba, whose research were you assisting then?
I was studying under Dr. John H. Wilson. Dr. Wilson? The visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago. I like how they keep repeating it in case you forgot who they are.
Yeah. The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true?
Yes, Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man.
Interesting. Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had towards the Englishwoman who killed
I
him.
mean, bruh, yeah, okay, fine. Obviously, I was filled with hatred for what she'd done. A powerful hatred.
I know, Ray. Be careful of what you're saying. The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency.
What? One second. Also, just as an aside, I'm sorry, I had to quickly look up the cover for this game.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's not on it in this outfit, and for a second I thought she was.
Oh?
It's just our usual friend though, so I wasn't sure. That was all. Like I thought it was interesting. But now you look for the Switch game of the Chronicles game. For some reason, there's Strongheart with his back turned to the viewer, doing his little ha 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 army mode. So make of that what you will.
I still think he's evil.
Yeah.
Everything on the box art makes me think he's evil.
Yeah. I just felt the need to discuss this.
Yes.
Briefly.
Appreciated.
Yes. Indeed. Oh yeah, here we go. What he said. Well, it was clearly your trap all along.
How wicked of him to use Ray's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that. We must find out more details, and something we can use to bolster our defense. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel on what he said about
Yeah, so we do
the
actually
bathing
get to
spot,
the
thankfully, because I really want to know it. If I may, Prosecutor Ouchie? I'm gonna say Ouchie.
Yeah,
shall
Ouchie,
I?
and we'll just gotta stick to
What
Ouchie.
do you want, you fresh-faced young yokel student?
I wonder, could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot?
My apologies. Clearly my modernity has confused the poor country bumpkin's simple mind.
I mean, he's annoying, but
Bathing spots are the very latest trend in health practices from the West. We are told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, and excellent for the skin's...
No, that's not what I meant. I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal have been relaxing by the sea?
thank you for asking the questions.
For old time's sake, I believe.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry.
Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast.
Why does this feel like a setup? Like she was gonna escape or some shit?
Yeah.
And the British Embassy put extreme pressure on our government to
Comply. Possibly because she was some kind of assassin? Maybe this isn't even her. Maybe this is somebody else. And she has in fact made her escape. And this is just a plant that they murdered.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Well, I'm just saying. I've been wrong a lot before, but that's my theory and I'm sticking to it.
It's a very random final wish, yeah.
But on what grounds would we agree to such a request?
Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign power.
This.
In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal.
Wow. Shots fired.
Don't look at me, Professor. It was the government who granted permission, not I. In any case, it was decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong.
But in fact, a murder took place.
I said don't look at me. It was that young student girl who did it, not I.
No one has proved that yet.
I wouldn't provoke that man if you don't need to.
At this stage, I need to gather more information, I think. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel on what he said about
Yeah, because
being
we can't
alone
push
together.
yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the thing, like right now we can't push, so this is I guess how the game teaches us. I forgot about that.
Mumbami-san.
Yes? Well, this is just Naruhodo-san!
I'm really starting to wish we'd made my alias Ryotaro Susato. Please, Tell the court why exactly you were present at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place, and why you were alone with her.
Oh, well, no, that's not true. It wasn't like that at all. There were other people present. A detective who was guarding Miss Brett for starters. I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion. That's all.
But let us be clear. At the moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in the hut. You and no one else. The truth is, there is only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on her bathing sojourn. It was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life.
No.
Because, as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai, and the accused would never have an opportunity to dispatch her again.
Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel.
Ooh, come for his ass. I believe we have all a clear picture of the incident now. Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration. There we go.
Yeah.
Instead, continuing her research work at the university.
Wow, that's extraordinary.
Yeah. Obviously, over that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions.
Seeing the murder of the mentor for whom she had such great respect, enjoying such undeserved liberty.
That is actually sorry.
Yeah,
it's
that
actually
is-
not. She literally got.
She basically just got found guilty and then got off scot-free.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that'll do it.
Yes, even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition to Shanghai. You can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment. Yeah, dude.
Poor Ray.
So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind as to peruse this exhibit.
It's kind of similar to like all those stories with like murderers who managed to get
Yeah.
bail. I mean, sorry,
Yeah,
bail.
get
It's like,
bail,
what?
and then
Years sometimes.
skip bail potentially also as
Yeah.
well.
It's like, what?
A photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident.
Oh yeah, that's a short bathing dress for that time of
Oh
the
my,
what's
yeah.
it?
I guess you made up for it with the hat.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Counsel. A tragic image.
You've got to keep the sun off the face, haven't you?
As you can clearly see, there is nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hidden.
Disputable.
Very
See the side of that dress? It's like-
Yeah.
The court will accept this photographic print as evidence.
The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. A photographic print of the scene taken by police just after the incident occurred. The stab wound in the victim's back is clearly visible.
They just dug into the sand, right?
Yeah. As I understand it then, the victim and the defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. Sorry.
Inside the beach. See, I told you, they burrowed through the sand.
This is deeply troubling, I must say. The finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant.
Well, Your Excellency, naturally the prosecution has much more to its case. We intend to prove the accused's appalling actions beyond all possible contention.
As it should be.
To that end, I can confirm that we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence.
Okay, so they were alone, but they also have witnesses.
Witnesses? But who? One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective.
Who could this be, I wonder? Last time we saw him, he was in a sailor suit.
I assure you, the testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt. Ugh.
If we're lucky, ouchie. Ouchie will be out of brain cells with that rate of hitting himself on the head, you're right. Yeah, okay, well, so they're a one-trick pony, alright, I get it.
Yeah. Bring forth your witnesses.
I, Takatsuki Aoki, even, have been waiting for this moment.
I'm gonna keep forgetting it. I'm sorry.
Sorry?
It's okay.
Oh, yes, I haven't forgotten. That trial 9 months ago, here in this very courthouse, when that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me.
Hey, she doesn't want
I
to
see, yeah.
Oh, Ryunosuke Naruhodo!
What? Yes?
This insult to the Aochi family name will never be forgotten.
You've become conceited with age, Council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Okay.
Yeah, he cut his hair.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Strike the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut, and the bell of cultural enlightenment tolls. Yes, on that fateful day, my former self died.
The start of your own mini Meiji revolution, Meiji. I can't remember even what we said now, but that.
Are you modernizing as well, Council? Silence! Since I swore revenge back then, there's been a minor miracle atop my head. Observe the Aochi growth.
I wondered what that
Yeah.
was.
You see this seed of hope sprouting forth from the barren expanse of my crown? I think that tiny growth is trying to tell me something.
I'm afraid I can't really see. Where's the hope exactly?
I said silence! Today, I face another yokel student of the Naruhodo clan. I will vanquish you!
It's Suzapro. It is Suzapro.
And my victory will be fertilizer for the seed of hope atop my head. You have been warned.
Can't wait to see it sprout.
Yeah.
With that, the prosecution calls the witnesses to the stand.
It looks like the stakes are high on both sides in this trial. The prosecution and defense each has much to lose.
A haircut is hardly comparable to Ray's life.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh!
Oh, hello.
Yeah, English
I mean,
literature and all.
obviously it's gonna, yeah.
Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court.
Okay, I hate to be like this,
Yes,
but it's 11.
it is.
It is bedtime, and
Yeah.
this is a good place.
It is a pretty good
pick
place
it up
to pick it up
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Why is he here? Well, because we sent him back to Japan. I'm
Yeah.
just happy for him that he's not dead.
Yeah.
But it makes sense that he went back, because I mean, he was kind of he wasn't only an exchange student, but he had been sent over.
Yeah.
Something. Well, I mean, to be fair, are we really surprised? Given the intense coincidences that we've had before.
Yeah, if this is
Yes.
life not just like a funny, like...
He is tragically unlucky, it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he even makes a point out of it,
Yeah.
so...
At least he's not accused of the murder this time. Maybe he accidentally did it this time.
Oh my god. Yet. Yeah, exactly. Yet.
Yeah.
This will somehow end up with me being... with him, sorry. With
Potentially.
him being involved in it once more.
I agree.
Ha.
But yeah, okay, so this is where we'll pick up tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't believe we finally finished it.
I can't believe
Finished
we
the first game!
finally finished Hot Bus Summer
Yeah.
before summer officially ended.
I
Which
wonder what this game's gonna
I'm
be.
thrilled about. Yeah, I wonder what. I mean, it's better. What if it doesn't? I mean, the omnibus will live forever, right?
Yeah. That's how we keep it going.
Yeah. Remember that she once lived.
Remember.
Well then.
Yes. So, we'll be back tomorrow, same ish
You were
time.
so sure we'd stop once the credits rolled. No, we had a little bit of extra time.
know, yeah,
we
no,
wanted
no.
to get into the meat.
Yeah.
Now we're on a cliffhanger, as is our way.
I'm looking forward to playing the rest.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be playing the Miles Edward game right after this though.
Probably will take a break.
Yeah.
Also depends how long this lasts.
I think this game is just as long.
I mean, yeah. Which has been a while, to be fair. I was surprised when I was looking back over the VoD downloads.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh wait, we were doing this like some time ago.
Yes.
Yeah, we just wanted to torture you, it's true. That's why we do everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Don't know, we probably won't be doing the Miles Edgeworth one straight away, but we might end up doing it in the future.
Yes.
It looks pretty fun. I keep getting adverts for it on Yao Chow.
Yeah, it knows.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I wanted to look up the average playtime.
Okay.
To
To be fair, it's going to be like 5 times as long since we're reading everything out word for word.
Yeah, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, that will be both games, is estimated at 60 hours.
Okay! I mean, so if we average about 3 hours per stream, which we do, I wonder how many streams the
10
last
sessions.
one.
It's only like 3 months.
No, but that would be if we weren't voicing it completely as well.
Yeah.
How long? Oh yeah, when did we first? Let me see. Hang on. I'm pulling a book out of my sleeve. Just that's just the style of the time. That was
Sorry.
when we played Dwarf Romantic. That was the Final Fantasy XIV fishing stream that I managed to accidentally lose all the VODs for, by the way. So most of our fishing, except one, has been lost to the ether, and I'm actually quite upset about it. I literally cried when I realised that I'd forgotten. But we all had fun then.
Somebody said it took him 85 hours to 100% it. Somebody else said it took him 100 hours.
We started in July. We started, it looks like, on the 9th of July.
This,
And that was we started halfway through the second case as well.
well, for a breakdown, people gave the first game 35 hours and the second game 45 hours.
Oh
So we're gonna
boy.
be here for a while, y'all.
Yep. 2, 3, 4.
No, these estimates are not 100%, but it gives you usually an idea, give or take, like...
6.
Also, how long does it take you to get, like, one stupid piece of evidence?
Exactly,
like, you know?
yeah.
40 fucking minutes, the answer!
In some cases, 7, 8.
Paper wrestling.
Sorry. 9, 10. It's the Miss Susato-san audio experience. Did I just say 10? Yes.
We don't seem to have a booklet with us right now. It's like, no!
11. No, I know, right?
We're not allowed this
12.
as a...
There's time for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe you're not allowed writing.
Mm.
12, 13, 14, 15. Did I just not write that one? The 11th, that was last week, right?
Yes.
So 16, and then 17 this week. So that's 17 sessions of about 3 hours each.
Uh-huh. And that's
Was
like
what it
missing
took
the
us,
first
and that was
case,
missing
yeah.
the first case and
And
a
the
half.
first chunk of the second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll be doing this into the new year. Seems like.
Yippee!
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, honestly same.
Probably. So
So yeah, on that note, we'll be back tomorrow.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, I do. I actually really enjoy doing these all on stream, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like doing this like by committee.
Yeah.
It is fun because yeah, even if we get stuck for like 40 minutes, going like, oh, I don't get what it wants me to do.
Exactly.
I see what, but not how, but not huh. It's fun to do it as a group. It's less frustrating, I think, in a way.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we're all
I think so.
sharing the experience. We get to collectively go insane. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't feel as alone and
No.
stupid. I just
No.
feel stupid, but in a group.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Community dum dum.
Community dum dum. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
to use it on us.
Well then, very social, I agree.
Mm.
Thanks for coming to our stream. Don't forget, keep the omnibus in your homnibus. It's a medical term, look it up, oh my god. Always
Please
follow the
don't.
kobold motto. Live, laugh, objection! And until next time, hope you'll be well. Good night.
Good night.